Zito bought night vision goggles.
Of course he did.
Why?
What else would he do?
I mean, it's
with
awesome.
billions of dollars?
Was there a particular reason?
Yeah, if you pre-order Call of Duty, so it comes out in October, you get night vision goggles.
Wait,
I'm
what?
gonna buy the
Are
game
you
regardless.
Seriously?
serious?
Yeah, so I was like, I'm gonna buy the
Oh.
game, so I'm gonna get night vision.
Well, I'm
goggles
gonna get
with
fucking.
Well,
night
yeah,
vision.
but it's not the regular game. It's
not
collector's
$50.
edition. Yeah, that's $189.
it. Yeah, drop $200 for
Which
a
still
video
might be
game
worth it.
and night vision goggles.
I assume the night vision goggles are close to that.
When did
price.
the night vision goggles come in?
October 25th with the game.
Oh,
So you're ordering it through the game?
Yeah,
Did I hear that right?
exactly.
So the game has now, not only are they making video games,
time to
they've
play
now
the
made
game.
night vision goggles to sell alongside the game?
Yeah, so like Call of Duty did this like maybe 10 years ago. They did the same thing, and I missed out on it because Mama Perez said, no, you don't need night vision goggles. This is kind of like a suck it kind of thing. I finally got my night vision goggles.
You can have all kinds of fun with those.
I know, 20 meters. So I
If
don't know
they
what that
work.
is, like a
There's
mile?
no way they're going to work. No way.
did you hear that?
What's that?
He said, yeah, they work up to 20 meters. What is that, like a mile?
Yeah.
I have no idea.
Yeah, I don't know.
It's not.
No.
20 meters
20
is
yards.
basically 20 yards.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh,
It's probably like
that's why I
probably
can see real life.
23 yards, probably. 24 yards.
It's
Hey,
3.3. or
Zeke, that's 20 yards further than you could see in the dark.
That's what I'm saying. That's a first down.
Great point.
It'll work in your,
first downs.
bedroom.
Hey, it's 2 first downs. You should drive with those on.
Oh, yeah.
For around Indy for sure. Speaking of, how's your car?
Oh, it's bad.
You're back to jumping it every time you drive it.
So I got that battery from a, what do you call it, a junkyard?
Yes.
And it was a reusable one. I got it for like half off.
And it worked.
It worked for a
It
little
changed
bit.
your life. Zito, for those that don't know, Zito used to have to jump his car every single time he would want to drive it somewhere. Every single time.
Every
Middle of winter, it's 8 degrees. He needs to go do his 1 a.m. Taco Bell run, which is less than a block away from the pub.
Yep.
He had to jump the battery to turn the car on to do that, and then come back. And then the next morning when he came into work, had to jump the battery. Every single time he wanted to get in the car, he had to jump the battery.
Yeah.
And
Or
I
leave the car on the whole time.
or just leave it on, which I don't think anybody's going to steal that Kia. No, people would
Probably not.
Not his.
open the door, get in it, get out. All right, we'll take another one. This is probably one of them bait cars.
Car smells like tamales.
Oh, take it easy. Portillo's if
His
anything.
name is Cuban Zeke.
Oh,
He
yeah.
likes to beat
I like
his
that
Cuban
song.
meat.
I like that. Oh, it's hilarious.
So you like to get a new battery. You went to a junkyard and got like a refurbished.
Crafty, bro.
one.
So everyone told me it was the best option at the time.
That's very
but-
Adam Thielen of you.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So I just want to make sure. I want to give a battery a new life, you know?
Crafty.
a
And
second
then-
home,
Yeah. Someone else's
And-
junk is someone else's treasure.
and then it stopped working.
That's a saying.
And then what? Now, because now we're watching you do it
Yeah.
again. I literally, not only on the Simply Safe cameras have I seen you doing it, I saw you in real life trying to do it because you had to go pick up water or something for the office. Very nice of you.
Yep.
Very nice of you to offer to do that. And then we see you outside and you're bent over the front of the car again. And it's like, what the hell happened?
I've been trying to park further away so you guys didn't see it, but
Kind of embarrassed.
but you caught me.
Zito, we're all leaving. No, you guys go ahead. I forgot something inside.
So you're back at square one.
Yeah, so luckily I have this remote starter thing, the what do you call the battery?
The
thing,
jump
so,
pack, you
yeah.
gotta charge that every night.
So I have to go get a new one, I think.
He's the best because he'll spend $200 on fucking night vision goggles. Fucking since he's been here, I've seen him spend $3,000 on swords.
Yeah,
At least
You're
on
right.
tax purposes.
Yeah, exactly.
He tries to, remember, him and CFO Phil have numerous conversations. Phil was originally an accountant who did only taxes. So Zito and Phil have had real conversations before, and Zito's trying to justify buying these Game of Thrones swords and how he can write them off. So how many videos they got to be in now? It's just outrageous.
But he won't, one, get a new battery or just get a new fucking car.
Oh, no.
No,
that's
no,
too much
that's
work.
no, that would be too easy. I think. I think you enjoy how taxing it is.
Yeah, he does.
You know what I mean? It's like because you got, admittedly, you have ADD really bad. So the more complicated you can make a mission, probably the better off you are. You won't get like lost and just wander off into traffic. Or something. You got a mission.
You got steps that you have to accomplish.
I love
Did
it.
you hear him say thank you? Whenever he
Oh,
said,
yeah,
you said he
no,
admittedly
yeah,
has ADD. Thank you.
He's got a very easy life. He needs a little bit of grit, some
Yeah.
adversity in there. This is good for him.
Agreed.
You think that was the universe telling him, hey, listen, this has been a different Zeet here, okay? This has been a whole new Zeet. We need to get you back to the grinding Zeet, where every single thought of movement was a full task, and I'm excited to see it.
So like my car, it obviously doesn't have like a cool music system. It only has like
Whoa,
a
what are you talking about?
It has a 3rd generation iPod from the 2000s.
That's pretty cool.
Is it aux corded in?
Yeah, so I haven't been. It's like it just stays there the whole time. And the first song always that plays, it's a Hard Knock Life.
Every time I'm in Zeet's car, it's the same exact songs every single time. But I love them. It brings me back to high school.
So you have one playlist on that iPod and it's just shuffle?
Yeah,
Well,
it has
you're-
like 12 songs.
Attaboy. I do the same thing, really.
It's a 500 megabyte one.
And it's been the same since high school, that playlist?
Yeah, since I bought my car junior year of high school.
Good for you.
It also does this weird like ringing noise every once in a while out of nowhere. You'll just be driving with ding, ding,
That's your seatbelt.
ding.
Hey, but it's
I don't know what it is.
hey, it's a beautiful car, though.
It's a beautiful, beautiful
That thing, I mean, it doesn't start without you having to literally give it CPR every time. You literally have to give your car CPR every time to drive it. But there's something really majestic about that car.
How many
agree.
thousand miles?
100.
That's it?
Whoa.
Nice.
I would never get
Treat
rid
well.
of it if I were you.
Oh, never
I would
will.
keep it forever.
Not at this point, because you're gonna get like $250 for it if you trade it in.
Yeah, and it's just going to be. It should remain part of you. I feel like.
You're going to pay us to trade that in?
I gotta give you 1,000. What?
It is a part of your life.
Yeah.
It really is.
It's like my first ever car I purchased. That thing has black mold in it. I won't give it up.
You still have it, yeah?
Yeah, it's just sitting down there by the barn. Can't go anywhere near it because it's toxic, but I don't want to give it up. Because it has stories, you know? There's a lot of time in that car. So I didn't want to give it up. So I understand how you feel about the Kia.
I mean, you can't put a price on sentimental value.
No.
Unless you need to, right? Unless,
Well,
unless you need to get that quick, like go ahead and get rid of that. There is a sentimental value. But Zito, I am happy you're back in that stage just because I'm excited to see how you finagle your way out of it, which is kind of the Zito thing. I mean, that's the Zito
exactly.
thing, is figuring out a very hysterical manner to get out of the current situation he's in. If it's something and he just wants to get out of it, he just goes to his Twitch stream. He just disappears upstairs and he just plays video games for 9 hours.
Yeah.
So he doesn't have to do anything. He finangles his way out of things, and he's a genius. He really is brilliant with it. So I'm excited to see how this battery thing works. Last
I am
time
too.
he went to a fucking junkyard. That was his idea. This is how I'm gonna get. Oh, I'm gonna be genius. I'm not gonna pay anything. And now he's back in it. I cannot wait. That was his option last time. This time I'm excited to see.
I
what
think
it
he'll build his own battery before he'll go buy it. He'll
He
Google-
won't. One of his Twitch followers will build it. For him.
Yeah.
it'll show up. They think it's a bomb. it'll have wires on it at the front.
If I were ever to build a battery, I would recreate like the Tony Stark scene, the Iron Man, where he has his shirt off and he's just hammering Don. That's what I would do.
It's awesome.
Zito built this in a cave with scraps.
That's Iron Man.
It's from the movie.
I think I've seen that first scene. He's like
Yeah.
he's a prisoner of war or something
Yeah.
in a really dark cave.
I'm so proud of you.
That's all I've seen. It was on after like something else was on. I might have passed out during the last one. I woke up and this was on. I was like, "Holy hell, what is happening to Robert Downey Jr.?" And then I think I saw a costume happening, and I was like, "Oh, okay, awesome. I get it now."
Yeah.
That's the guy.
The first one is really good. 'Cause he took shrapnel to his heart or something, right?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Because a bomb exploded or
Yep.
something. That's
IED.
Right.
He's badass. Like, it had me captivated. I thought I was watching like Lone Survivor or something. Like, I thought it was going to be like,
Yeah.
I thought it was a war movie that was being told. And I was like, I'm fucking all in for this. Robert Downey Jr. about to get after somebody's ass. And then it's like, nope, this is Iron Man. I was like, oh, fuck. It was on TV. I just happened to catch it. That's your guy. That's everybody's guy.
That's what made it so awesome, though, is you thought it was like that type
did.
of gritty movie. You're like, oh, this is real. This is superhero, but it's real. This is awesome.
Yeah, I did. Very quickly. And then, I mean, some things happened. I was like, oh, okay, I get it.
I get it.
I get it.
Speaking of shrapnel, last episode we talked about how the army buys just human bodies. I think.
Oh,
so.
yeah. You
And
missed this. Did you know this really happened? Explain to him what happens with these.
They buy.
First of all, just a couple things, just so everybody knows where I'm at. Diggs, the way you delivered that was in the manner that you normally deliver news that is just completely fucking bullshit. Just completely false.
I don't want to be average.
Exactly. Yeah, I mean, the way you delivered that.
You're right.
But this is accurate.
I believe it is.
There was a
Because we talked
raid.
about it, but my CT
Yeah.
is acting up, so I can't remember. I can't remember exactly what we said on the last one. Nick,
So the
what was it?
FBI raided a place where they people donate dead bodies to, allegedly for science.
In Arizona, they call it body brokers, where
Yeah.
this it's basically a chop shop for human bodies, where they'll take the body apart and sell it to other people for either black market kidneys or scientific
God.
studies and shit. Yeah.
Okay. Well, this dude is super pissed because he thought he donated his mother's body for Alzheimer's research, and apparently wherever he donated it, they sold it to the army, and they used it to test IEDs and literally blew the fuck out of his mom's body.
No
Yes.
way.
Yeah,
Yes.
strapped her into a chair. And
Strapped
just,
her to a chair. And
Sweet.
fucking,
I've always wondered if that organ donor on your license was a bad decision. I've always thought that they wouldn't try as hard if you're on like your
Yep,
deathbed.
me too.
I always thought that. I always thought it. I mean, I tried to fight that thought. I'm like, no, it's for good. Now they're actually selling those things.
Yep.
Yeah,
To
they'll
the
sell
army,
your
so the
entire
army
body.
can see what it does to bodies.
Such gangsters, bro. The government is such gangsters. Yeah. Donate that kidney real quick. Get that thing for $1,000 on the black market. Somebody needs to put that in a cooler. That's what they do. They wheel it around in those coolers.
Leaking a lot of coolant.
Just throw that body down the hill.
One of the best things of all time. One of the best.
So yeah, the army's just fucking blowing up our grandparents' bodies.
Sad. I took the organ donor off. I had
Did
it
you?
on. I had it on originally. Then when I went and re-upped it out here in Indiana, I took it off because I was in a big stage where I was like, I don't need them giving up on me the last day.
I've never thought of it that way, but that's a good point.
That's the only way to think of
Somebody
it. What do you
told
mean?
me as soon as somebody told me that, it was over
no,
for me.
that's what I was always thinking. Is just like, no, yeah, if I die in a car accident, someone will
Save
get my
somebody's
heart
life.
or something like that. Yeah.
That's what I did. Whenever I got my license when I was 16, I was like, yeah, I absolutely would like to help other people. And then somebody came up to me and said that, and I was like, well, you just completely fucking ruined it for me. Yeah, that's now
You
I
just
have
have to change that at the DMV, right?
Yeah.
Just tell them
Yeah.
no.
Yeah,
All right, well, there you go. I don't have an Indiana license yet. I think I'm going to do the same
It's
thing.
very much like, would you like to donate $1 to the military?
Yeah, there's a tinge of guilt
It
you
is.
experience
There
when
is.
you say no,
Yeah.
but
Yeah.
you also sleep soundly at night.
Well, I'm also not 16 anymore. I don't really give a shit.
Well,
so
Nick-
it's like,
Nick, I don't know about you, but I put organ donor on there in hopes that they wouldn't try hard to save my life.
Yeah, please. These will go better somewhere else. Put them on a
Someone
new
else
body.
deserves these more.
Someone else deserves it so much more.
I don't think they're taking any of mine. I still have it on there, but I think they're gonna be like, "Oh yeah, right."
Does anyone need this cirrhosis liver?
If I need a 48-year-old liver that looks like it belongs to a 96-year-old man,
We like that he wanted to be an organ donor, but we took a look at those organs, and we'd rather he didn't.
Liver, nope, unusable.
Kidney,
Lungs, can't
ruined.
use it. Dick, for sure not.
for sure not.
I didn't even think they were selling it. I assumed that it was saving a life for sure, but I thought it was going to be potentially at the buzzer
Yes,
of
yes.
my life,
Right.
potentially hitting a buzzer
That'd be
beater.
awesome, yeah.
Which
That's the dream they feed you. That's what they
Yeah.
tell you.
yeah, turns out they're selling that shit.
I'm surprised the Fray never teamed up with organ donors.
The Fray,
Yeah.
All right,
Great
let's
song.
hear it.
How to save a life.
great.
actually pretty good.
Pretty,
Should be
that was a
the
banger
theme
when we
song
were
for
in
that commercial.
college.
Yeah,
It could have been a really good idea.
would be.
There's a Lumineers concert in Indy, I guess.
Oh, really?
Oh, let's go.
Well, Sam said, let's go. And I was like, I don't think I like the Lumineers. To Sam, I said, like, right to her face. She was like, hey, I'm going to get tickets to the Lumineers concert. If we're in town, we'll go. If not, no big deal. I was like, yeah, you could probably go with somebody else. She was like, no, you like the Lumineers. And I was like, no, I don't think I do. And then I went on Spotify, and like the first 6 songs that I hit with Lumineers Shuffle, I was like fucking jamming.
Yeah.
They got some
I was
bangers.
jamming.
They got some bangers.
And Sam was so happy. Like, yeah.
Yes.
I've never seen somebody more happy than she was like, oh, do you like them? And I was like, yeah, some of their songs are really good. She was like, I'll get the tickets. I was like, perfect.
So grab your family. I don't think those are the words.
I think you got it.
Close.
Yeah.
That would be a good concert.
Be a
though.
pretty hipster concert if I.
Yeah.
yeah.
A lot of fake glasses.
Very folksy.
Yeah, I think I'm going full. Like,
Oh, so you are going.
no, probably I probably won't be in town. But like, I assume if I was available to go, I would hipster it up as much as possible. I would look on the internet as deep into the internet as I could get. I'd walk right into the middle of Urban Outfitters, and I would purchase everything that looked as if it would potentially fit in at that.
Yeah.
I think you could go jean shorts still, maybe. And then
Oh yeah.
boots,
Oh yeah.
For sure.
Yeah.
with boots,
With
with high
the-
boots,
with boots.
and a red flannel.
And then I need something hanging off me too. I need an accessory of some sort.
Oh,
Chain wallet.
See, look at us here.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's one of those concerts where you show up and you're like, oh, I hope they only serve beer that I've never heard of. That's warm.
We've run out of all of the craft beers.
Can't drink anything but PBR there.
I don't know if I'm gonna go to that.
You could bring back the fake beard for that though too. That would be a good move there.
Yeah.
I love the fake beard at a concert. That's awesome. Every once in a while, you'll get. So for those that don't know, I have this massive beard. It is massive. It actually fits my face pretty well. Like if I was to grow my beard for, I don't know, another 45 years or something, it could look like this particular beard. And I wear it to these concerts that I know everybody who knows me is going to be there at, right? Like,
Right.
hey, I'm walking directly into the middle of the demographic
Right.
that could potentially turn into just me getting recorded the entire time. And I would like to do things here that I would like,
Not recorded.
Have fun.
I would like to have a good time here. So I put this big, ridiculous beard on and this hat and these sunglasses. And the beard is actually connected to the sunglasses and the hat. So it's like literally moves with me. Like as I move, the beard, I've gotten it pretty good. And every once in a while, somebody will look at me. And as I'm walking by them, they just keep staring. And they go, McAfee, you're fucking ridiculous. And I always stop, turn, like full fist bump, and I'm like, you're the fucking man. And I just keep it moving. But you're right. Maybe that is what Mumford and Sons or the Lumineers want to do. A crush.
Same thing.
Yeah,
Same
right.
thing, by the way.
Demo.
They probably open it for each other.
They should. Heaters.
To be honest, they probably are.
No, I think Mumford and Sons probably. I watched a documentary on them. It was their first tour in America. And they were playing in these tiny little shows, and they were recording it. It was on an airplane. Nothing else like. Oh, by the way, the internet is just getting worse on airplanes. People need to know. We're on an airplane is becoming the standard of airplanes. But they had this movie on a plane. It was in the NFL. We had like a 4-hour flight, and I could never sleep, but everybody else would sleep. The first team, we'd party on the plane ride home. Like that was our night off. All the OGs had a lot of alcohol in there. I actually had to bring a bottle every single game whenever I was a rookie. It's just kind of something that happens. We used to have a great time. People would plug into the speaker with their phones and play music over things. It was a good time. Like if we won, which we did a lot of, no thanks to me, honestly, I was just there having a good time. But if we won, it was like a great time. And then as the years got on and nutritional facts came out about how you're supposed to recover after games. I guess we were doing it all wrong physically, but mentally we were doing it the right way, I think. But anyways, everybody would sleep and I couldn't sleep. So I was always at, what's at bay? No, always at the, like whatever the plane had for entertainment was is what my life was.
Yeah.
You were a hostage of what they were playing.
Whatever it was. Yeah, so whatever it was. So I watched this documentary on the Mumford and Sons first tour across America, and it ended at Red Rock. And it was like
Awesome.
they did one show
is
at
awesome.
Maine. They just did a pop-up show at a festival, and the entire small town came to it. And then it was just like really cool, and then it ended at Red Rock. It was like Road to Red Rock almost with Mumford and Sons.
Is Red Rock the one in Denver or Colorado?
Yeah, the huge amphitheater out there.
The most perfect natural amphitheater of all time.
Yeah. And I think, by the way, I might be wrong. This is a lot of years ago, obviously. But I think they were all in big bands in their home country, and then they teamed up as like an all-star. Does that make sense?
Oh, really?
Oh, like,
I didn't know that.
Like in my head, for some reason, they knew they were going to have a lot of success. So like this band knew they were going to have a lot of success.
Right.
Like it was a very natural confidence. Like we were going to really blow up.
Like,
Because they
And
each
then
were
they-
established already in their.
And then they kind of disappeared, right? They didn't do it again. It was like kind of like because they haven't really made a lot of new shit.
Yeah, no,
They still
haven't.
tour regularly, but yeah, I don't think they're putting out a lot of new stuff.
that's
Yeah.
what Destiny's 5 did. Or
Destiny's Child.
I'm gonna get there.
Destiny's 5.
No, yeah, you know what I'm talking about.
I have no idea
Nope.
what you're
I
talking
do.
about.
I know who it is.
Danny
You
Kaye?
ain't got to go to work.
Yep.
Them?
Fifth Harmony.
Yeah, Fifth Harmony. There it is.
Ah, okay.
Yeah.
Fifth Harmony, Destiny's 5. You get it. I watched them on their. Actually, that was the last time that I watched like whatever show they were on. I think it was. It might have. It wasn't. It wasn't The Voice. I don't know, but they
X Factor,
I
maybe?
think it was X Factor, and they
It was
covered
one of Simon Cowell's.
They covered Ellie Goulding. Anything could happen, and boy, it moved me to tears.
Little Astro Kid won that X Factor one time I watched. It was this young rapper, and he had bars. He was out of New York. He was very good. He won the whole thing, and then he disappeared, and I think the show got canceled. I was like, Jesus Christ.
tough.
I was like, this is the guy I like. I like this little kid, and he just disappeared. Something Astro or something. I like those competition shows a lot.
Yeah.
I'm a big fan of them.
They get addicting, you know?
The first couple episodes.
Yeah.
I don't want to get in. Like, once we get further in,
It's a journey,
The
man.
minutia.
It is.
I'm out, bro. But I would like to see just a slew of different talents over my television for 2 hours. Like oh fuck, that's probably the best magician I've ever. Oh, look at them. They're balancing on their heads. Wow, that's crazy. Oh, she's throwing flaming axes at her husband. That's what like America's Got Talent is in a nutshell. And I can keep up with that. No, that's something I can fuck with.
What you just said is one of the most insanely idiotic things I have ever heard. At no point in your rambling, incoherent response were you even close to anything that could be considered a rational thought. Everyone in this room is now dumber for having listened to it. I award you no points, and may God have mercy on your soul.
You know what's the most irrational thing in the world? Besides that, the fact that I have to have so many freaking passwords to keep track of. I have a different password for almost everything because each one has a different requirement. This is what happened to me last night. All right, we worked late. I go home. I'm like, all right, I'm going to unwind, watch a little TV. My smart TV forgot the password to my Wi-Fi. I don't know what it is. I can't remember all these. I have like 2,000 passwords to remember. So I go on my phone, my notes. I get it. Okay, I enter it. Now the Wi-Fi is working. The smart TV is working. I go to Amazon Prime, watch something. Amazon Prime forgot my password. I have to go back into my phone, in my notes, find that password again. And I'm sick of it. I'm sick of having to go back here and search through my notes for all these passwords all the time for each different app, each different site, whatever I need to access.
Yep.
That's why I'm going to recommend that everybody use Dashlane. It's not just a password management app. It's the Ferrari of password managers because Dashlane saves and autofills your login info everywhere across your phone, computer, tablet, and operating system. No more writing down or guessing your passwords. The average person spends 11 hours each year resetting their passwords. Not with Dashlane. They'll remember all your passwords and give you back the half a day of your life you've been wasting. Dashlane is secure, it's easy, it's password magic. All right, when I go in there now, like on my smartphone, since I've got this thing, I probably have 7 more hours a day to write for these shows, get my gambling in and all that stuff. Because like I used to, like I would go into my just to access my bank account. Half the time, for whatever reason, it doesn't save it. It doesn't go in automatically. Now, boom, Dashlane. I just access that, autofill, it's done. I don't have to think about it. That's why over 11 million people use Dashlane, including me. When you create a Dashlane account, you create a single master password that is never, I mean never, transmitted over the internet, not even to Dashlane, not to their servers. When you generate a long, complex password for a new website in Dashlane, it is bundled up and encrypted using your master password that only you know. The random bundle gets sent to Dashlane servers with a label saying, please sync me to all my other devices. Then it's passed to all the devices where you have Dashlane. Those devices, and only those devices, can decrypt it. Because at some point, you're going to enter your master password to open the app. So with Dashlane, all your data is stored only on your devices, which means if you lose your master password, Dashlane can't help you. But that's okay, because now you only have one password to remember. Keep that in your notes.
Like that.
That's the only time you'll ever have to go back and access and dig. And then everything's done all over again. It's that easy. Dashlane has an exclusive offer for our listeners. A free 30-day trial of Dashlane Premium. To redeem, go to dashlane.com/heartland. That's DASHLANE.com/heartland. If you have more than one password, Dashlane's a no-brainer. Go to dashlane.com and start your free 30-day trial right now. Fix your password problem once and for all and support our show at dashlane.com/heartland.
You say it all the time about late night shows. I treat those shows like that. I just wait for the clips coming on the internet. And if it's good enough, I'll see it on the internet, I feel like.
It's the only purpose of the show.
Yeah.
I think late night TV's only purpose is for clips.
Yes, now it is for sure.
Every segment is just how can we clip this? How can we? Which, by the way, smart.
Yeah, for sure.
Get hundreds of millions of views.
I mean, that's how James Corden got his show pretty much.
And that's how he's maintained his show.
Yeah, exactly.
His segments are incredible, but I'm assuming not a lot of people are watching that late.
Yeah, probably not.
Does he do his whole show from the car?
Exactly.
He might as well.
No, he has a lot of good segments in there, though. Like I watched him early, and it was interesting. He didn't do much stand-up, right? So, like, I think that was a struggle for him early that he even talked about. Like one of his opening monologues was talking about him versus the monologue, like if that makes sense. Like he was talking about how that was something he was not excited about, I don't think.
Right.
But I saw he got pretty good at that. Like he got pretty good at that, which is an awkward thing for people that aren't good stand-up comedians, I would assume. I have no idea. But it's, right? I think that's probably
Yeah, I
a
would
difficult
think
thing.
so,
Like
yeah.
Seth Meyers, right? They had him up and then they had him down, then they got him at a desk. It's just if he's not used to it. But Corden from day one, is it Corbin? Corden. Yeah, Baron Corbin.
Right.
Corden, since day one, has had incredible segments.
Yeah.
Like incredible segments. He does that sidewalk
right.
play takeover thing because he's in theater. Like that's
Yep.
his background. And they do full plays. Like entire plays with very insane, elaborate setups during a red light on the street blocking traffic. And it's like, yeah, that's a genius idea.
Yeah.
I wish I could do that. Battle rapping and the car thing. He's probably made
As you're right, but like, everything he does is built for the internet.
everything. Everything he does is built for the internet, except for that
pretty
opening
genius.
monologue. Except for that opening monologue. But everything else is just, how do we get this clippable?
I was telling you how I started listening to Conan O'Brien's podcast just on that fishing trip because we were driving 8.5 hours each way. So,
How was it, by the way? The trip.
it was good. I only caught 3 fish the whole time there. So,
It was a fishing
Hey,
trip.
that's not what it's
too.
about.
like I give it the bigger lakes, much harder to fish. It turns out without like real equipment and shit, like a
depth
fish finder
Yeah,
and
yeah.
a depth finder and all that stuff. You're just wandering aimlessly, hoping to catch a fish. On the last day, I caught 2 real little ones and then 1 decent sized bass finally.
Hey, bro.
But
You literally caught 1 fish for every 5.66 hours you drove.
I know.
Yikes.
And on one of the lakes, you couldn't use motors. You had to just row.
So you were
rowing?
What?
Had to row the entire time.
Is this fucking
awesome.
1866?
Yeah.
What the hell?
I assume you rowing by yourself too.
Yeah, well, because Marnie, she didn't do much rowing. You know what I mean? So I'm like, didn't hardly catch anything, and I'm like, well, to be honest, I only spent like 10% of the time fishing. I was rowing the whole time.
I'm surprised you didn't die because that's how everyone old goes out in all the movies.
I know,
They're
right?
fishing and rowing and they die.
Just die in the boat. But I did see an eagle close up for the first time in my life
awesome.
in the
Pretty sweet.
wild. It was just perched in a tree on this lake, and I guess there's 2 of them. They just stay there all the time because people that fish there will feed a fish after they catch it to the eagle. Right? It's just kind of a thing.
That's so cool.
That's
These
why
are
everybody goes to that
domestic
lake.
Eagles?
Yeah, pretty
Did you
much.
try?
Well, I didn't catch any fish.
Well, if you're 3.
But Marnie's mom's boyfriend, they caught a trout, right? So we're just a little ways away from him, and I see him hold it up in the air, and the eagle's real far away, and then you just start seeing the eagle get closer and closer, and then he throws it in the water, and the fish goes under, and then it comes back up and kind of goes sideways, and that eagle came like 3 foot from their boat and snatched it and took off. I was like, that's the coolest thing I've
Fucking
ever seen.
majestic.
Jesus.
Yeah.
So you tag team a fish with an eagle?
Yeah,
That's
pretty much.
awesome.
That fish
Listen,
is like,
hey,
oh, I'm all right.
I'll catch him. You get him. That's hilarious that the bird was far away too, and as soon as it sees just a little sunlight off of the scales, wait a minute, oh, another one of them fucking humans.
I guess they
How
can
big are they?
see forever.
How
Yeah.
big are they? Yeah, farther than those night vision.
Way bigger than I thought. Like probably when it's perched in the tree. Of course, I'm a little far away, but I would say like Ty from the waist up, sitting in that chair, his upper torso. It's
Pretty,
that big.
I mean, that's
pretty-
wild.
yeah, huge.
Would you say its wingspan is bigger than this TV behind you?
Yeah, I would say so.
What?
I mean, it's
Pterodactyl.
our
know.
nation's bird for a
Didn't you
reason.
say they would only eat certain fish too? Like there was a
Yeah,
type
they
of fish.
said they like trout. So they've tried it with other fish, like a bluegill
That's
or
the
something.
craziest
and it
part
won't-
to
or
me.
a
They're
bass.
picky?
Yes. That's
I
how
love that.
fucking
Hey, we're the
spoiled
fucking
they are.
national bird, bro. This is fucking
What are you,
good
throw
shit.
me a bluegill? Fucking-
That's how,
We're
it,
not doing California rolls no more.
that's how it was in Cuyahoga Lake or whatever. You had 2 choices of computer games when you were a kid. You either played Oregon Trail or the Lake one. Where you're and
No
the
one
Eagle.
played that, did they?
Yeah, oh, yeah, that was a good one.
Everybody was fortunate at River, bro. I don't
Yeah.
know anybody that was doing anything to a lake.
When you got
I've
frustrated
seen
and you
I thought
died,
it was
you-
Odell Lake.
there it is.
And I've seen the game, and I've played it once or twice.
pretty
But I
awesome.
mean, if I had the choice, it was Oregon Trail.
Yeah. But
10
when you
times
die
out
of
10.
cholera for the 9th time in a row, because fucking Susie couldn't hang with the pace.
you gotta blaze another path. Go a different way.
What were you saying about his podcast?
By the way, we did it's good politics. we did a seminar feud, family feud style, crews versus other crews at
that's
this ESPN
awesome.
college football thing. I thought it was on the information from the seminar. I was probably the only person really paying attention to everything, and I have a very solid memory.
Yeah.
So I was like, "Oh, we're gonna crush." Hey, I just want to let you guys know we're gonna win this seminar feud. Like maybe people took better notes, but you can't have notes during this thing. I feel pretty good. And then we get up there, and it was all those football questions that fucking me and Marty. They were like, name these runner-ups to Heisman's, the last 5 runners-up in the Heisman thing or whatever. So it's like Kirk Herbstreit was like staring at the screen for a second, and when I saw him stumble, I was like, "Okay, good. At least Kirk didn't just find bing, ding, 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 ding." But we passed.
Smart.
We passed. So our team won. Adam Amin was our representative on the buzzer. He was going against, I forget who it was, but the question was asked, and it was name another school other than Clemson and Alabama that have been ranked number 1. The last 5 teams other than Clemson or Alabama that have been ranked number 1. And Adam Amin goes real quick, and I forget what he said. I have no idea what it was, but it was the 4th one or the 3rd one out of the 5. And he looks back at us, and they go, pass or play. It was Bear from College Game Day doing the game show. And he goes, pass or play. And we had our crew, and then David Pollock was on our team to make it 5th. And he turned around and looked at me, and I was like, I said, pass that thing. And then he looked at the group, and everybody like was looking with like very, couldn't even guess. So we passed it. The other team got none of them. None of them.
Really?
Wow.
And we got Florida State. Florida State with Jameis at one point, I guess, was ranked number 1 within the last 5. And that's how we won our round. We passed, right? And I usually am not a fan of passing.
Yeah.
And whatever we were talking about, you got to play the game.
You do have to play the question.
Yeah.
But you do have to play the question. And we were just talking about, what was right before this?
The fishing.
Oregon Trail.
The Oregon Trail, yeah.
Yep. Sometimes you and just like in Oregon Trail, sometimes you couldn't forge the river. You know, sometimes you had to post up a little bit.
Yeah.
And I think that was a lesson I had to learn very early in my Oregon Trail, because they gave me an option to go now or wait.
Oh, yeah.
I was fucking going.
Yeah.
Have you ever made it across going?
I don't
for it?
think so.
I don't think you can.
But boy, I went for it and then you had to learn, like, you know what?
Hey, stay another night.
Hey, let's pass. Let's just go ahead. Hey, this is a game. This is chestnut checkers. And that's what Seminar Feud, Oregon Trail taught me that on first Seminar Feud. I was very pro passing. And then Reese got up the next day, and he said, anybody who passes doesn't know the game. And I think they ended up getting, I don't know if he was joking, though. He was obviously taking a shot at us, and a couple other teams all passed, too. Everybody's like, yeah, we don't know that shit. Pass it. So I think that was like it was funny. It was a funny line at the time. And then I think they got like 1 or 2.
That shit's tough with college football. The turnover rate is so crazy. Like you could say a guy, and you would think maybe he played 10 years ago, and he could have been playing like 2 years ago.
Melvin Gordon was an answer to the runner-up to the Heisman. He was one of the answers. He was the one that didn't get guessed out of the group. But Marty said on the show yesterday, he was like, you see us, we only got 2. And it was real because when you think of those things, there's so many names in college football. So many. Because out of nowhere, some team, like Clemson, basically. I mean, Clemson at one point was not a national contender. I mean, way back.
Last 5 years.
Then it disappeared, and then whammy, back in the scene. That's just, I felt like a dum-dum, but Oregon Trail taught me, hey, pass that fucking game. Hey, let's go ahead and not forge the river here. Let's let them. And then we just got to get 1 of whatever they got left.
It's just a
Can you
smart
imagine
play.
when you had to, if you were alive back when you had to play Oregon Trail for real? That would be, I can't even imagine. There's no way.
I think it'd probably be easier than the fucking.
I would just stay put in this one city. I would be like, no, I don't have to go out
Settler, Todd. Yeah,
Yeah,
you're
yeah.
a settler.
Yeah.
Seems pretty good here over in the east.
there. Yeah. Well, we're gonna go like with 3 families. We're gonna have 2 guys with guns that only fire 1 bullet, and then we have to reload it. That sounds pretty safe.
Through the mountains? You guys are going through mountains?
I mean, why do you think nobody lives in the fucking West?
Yeah. I mean, probably
hard.
90% of those people died, right?
Oh yeah.
Yeah, or they got there and
They got
fucking
attacked,
struck
or-
out on the gold rush and blew their brains out afterwards.
Or they
I mean,
or they had to eat each other on that pass.
Yeah.
Or murdered hundreds of thousands of Native Americans and stole their land.
That's Jesus.
Eventually, once we got real guns.
Wow, man.
I mean, it's history, guys.
Sick term.
I didn't enjoy it personally, but it's what happened.
I think that came later, though.
But what we're saying is,
Yeah,
that
Native
is-
Americans didn't get to America.
Back
till
when
later.
we were the minority, traveling that far out was very dangerous.
Yeah.
Well, Oregon Trail
Yeah. There's
taught us
just
the
no-
dangers of. Nobody talks about They were terrible people. I mean, it was terrible. It was a terrible thing that happened, and it's terrible. But I would have settled probably. I think I would have got to a place once there's a lake.
Yeah.
Okay, we're getting the same sunset here. Mm-hmm. I guess they were looking for gold, but I quickly would have been persuaded into believing that there was no gold. Somebody would have been, don't you think there's no fucking gold? I mean, we've come far enough, haven't we?
And every time I watch one of those old westerns, I'm like it's a single, just a family. There's a dad, a mom, and a kid, and they live miles away from anyone out there in a little cabin. And then the dad leaves for some reason. I'm gonna be gone for a week. Dude, you know what you're going to come home to. That is going to be burnt to the ground. No one's going to be alive. Why are you leaving? And why do you live by yourself? Why don't many build an addition? Like, just start an addition. Put a fence around it.
Strength in numbers.
Yes, I don't know why. We're smarter than they were back then.
Whoa, for sure.
Yeah.
But also, think about the people that just keep going. Like, they got to the Rockies.
Yeah.
Those were tough. Those were tough. Oh, yeah. And they were like, you know what? Hell yeah, I'm going to go over those mountains.
You time it just right.
Well, I'm just saying, just the thought of looking at one of those
mountains
with no road.
And no idea of what's on the other side.
Yeah.
Or how long it's going to take to get over.
You just had to believe Sacagawea.
I don't think that's how it works.
Or Lois and Clark.
They're the same people.
Lewis. Not Lois. It was a show with Dean Cain. Superman.
Family Guy.
Wait, you're telling... Was it a
dudes
Bonnie
and
and
one
Clyde situation?
No.
Second
it
dude was in
two
third.
dudes that were...
Well, it's Pocahontas.
Yeah.
The
I think
thing
she
that
helped.
we are very good at, and I would say most of our shows can be titled this, we are historically accurate.
Yeah. By the book.
You learn a lot
You get it.
listening to this show.
Just because the tweets that come raining in. Fucking rain from the clouds, thunderstorm. Pat said, blah, 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 blah. That didn't happen until at least 400 years. That really happens. I'm almost a century. I'm more than a century off on some shit.
So 2 dudes in Sacagawea?
Yeah.
Yeah.
That couldn't have gone well back then.
Oh, jeez. Are you kidding? Oh, jeez.
What?
They fucking swindled the French out of Louisiana, dude. What are you talking about?
They got a lot done.
Went pretty damn well.
Is it $1? No. Louisiana
It was
Purchase.
cheap. I can't remember how much,
Very
but
cheap.
it was dirt
Very
cheap.
It's like
cheap.
10 cents a mile.
We fucking swindled Russia, too, to get Alaska.
Okay, what is Louis? I think we swindled Canada mostly because Alaska's literally connected to Canada
Could have swore it was Russia.
Well, you could see Russia
from the backyard.
Yeah. It's very clear out.
Didn't we get Alaska for like
300 million.
Was it?
That's a can't be right.
9 million.
I thought it was 9 million. I thought it was some crazy cheap.
There it is, 291 million difference between two guesses.
I don't know. 9 million probably.
All I know is
ridiculously low.
we fucking made out
Yeah.
pretty good profit.
7.2 mil from Russia.
There we go.
we
Yeah,
paid
I was
Russia.
close.
Half right.
It was a Russian colony from 1744 until 1867.
So did Russia get it from Canada then at some point? That's what they had to.
Canada, I don't think technically existed yet. It was still an English colony.
Yeah, that's what I was
Yep.
going to say.
So Russia got it from England.
Yeah.
So Russia came over to England's territory before us and said, we want a revolutionary war here. We want this piece of land.
Well, doesn't it connect to Russia?
No, I don't know.
No, that
Connects
was the
to-
Bering Strait, we
Yeah.
think. We
At
hypothesized
one
that
time.
happened.
It connects
Oh, that
to
long
Canada,
bridge.
though.
Yeah, it definitely does.
Yeah. Pangea. It's all part of it.
This bitch don't know
true.
about Batman. Yeah.
Hey, we can get into that conversation again if you like.
We were on the same page there. I don't.
I think so.
Yeah.
Yeah, we all were on. I mean, we went around it in different ways, but we all got to the same place.
Yeah. We all have the same basic core belief.
Was it fake news or somebody? It might not have been. Somebody tweeted me an article, a picture of an article, and it said that electric cars are emitting
Yeah.
Yeah.
more whatchamacallit than they could have ever planned, and it's actually
Yeah,
not.
like very harmful, right?
More
Yeah,
hair,
it's like more harmful almost than the fucking cars.
I saw that too.
more hairspray than normal cars.
yes, more
That's
hairspray.
the problem.
Yes,
It's
yes,
not emitting
more-
exhaust, it's hairspray.
more
Blowing out.
hairspray.
Yeah.
That's hilarious.
How's that
Zito.
possible?
That's how it runs. There's a big can of hairspray, and when you hit the gas, it pushes down, and then there's a lighter over here.
They just figured out a way to make it silent. But it is very interesting.
That's gotta be fake news.
That's
it
why
is.
when I read it, I was like, is this fake news or is literally everything that we ever learned completely wrong?
It is. That's why I don't buy off on anything. As I said, this is bad or this is good for you. You're going to change your mind in about 3 years.
Elon wouldn't do that to us, would he?
Elon Musk? No way. This is his heaven. He's in heaven right now.
I don't think he'd contaminate the planet at twice the rate.
Dude.
How do we know that? What if his planet has a different atmosphere than ours?
I mean, we
Maybe
don't.
he's terraforming.
and he doesn't know.
Here's
What does
Yeah,
that even mean?
Changing our fucking composition, like of the planet, so that they can eventually colonize.
yes.
Make it-
come here and
habitable
Make it
to him.
suitable for them.
yeah.
well, if you look like all this
Decepticons.
all this clean energy stuff that they started, like if you notice, all the windmills are facing the same direction.
Yeah.
They're actually blowing us closer to the sun, and I think that's why we're getting from global warming. It's just extra.
That's probably the best global warming theory I've heard.
Oh my God!
We
What
should-
a spin zone!
We should start an internet rally against windmills based on that hypothesis.
We want to save
You,
the planet.
you get that out there on Facebook, it's going to pick up some traction quick.
That'll be tweeted to me from some other news site from a follower. Like, hey, did you see this one? Todd started it.
Every time I see those things, they're never fucking spinning though. So
Yeah, easy, pal. Okay, there's a lot of those in Iowa that are putting in overtime and fucking constantly moving.
They got them out in the ocean now, which I thought was
that's a good
incredibly
idea.
smart.
Yeah.
Yeah,
They just stuck them out there in the water.
and then there's a line feeding
Not
to
in
the
space,
shore,
though, huh?
to the
pretty
mainland.
pretty soon they're gonna be underwater because
No
we're getting
fucking
closer to
air
the
in
sun.
space, Zito.
That's what you think.
It's a vacuum.
That's what you.
Did you guys see the
Have you
theory?
been there?
Now that we're on this, I can talk about it. There's a conspiracy
What,
theory.
you've
on-
been sitting on this?
I didn't know.
Are you withholding info?
I like that you're sitting on
This is one of those things that I read the headline, but didn't dig deep enough into it to inform the rest of the crew.
I respect it.
So I'm just hoping that someone else saw it too. But
That's literally what I just did.
there's a
good, I like
conspiracy
it.
theory on the internet right now that our planet ended in 2012.
Yes, I saw it.
See, there we go.
Looney Tunes. Did you see it?
No, wait, what?
Skechers.
Told you just the headline.
Okay, so they think this is a simulated world that was recreated after 2012. The world ended.
Like the Matrix?
Yeah, I don't know. I don't think I've
exactly.
ever seen The Matrix, but it's a direct copy, except for a couple fuck ups. Looney Tunes used to be spelled with 2 O's. Now it's UNES. Skechers used to have a T in it. Now there's no T in it. They give like 5-6 different reasons of things that were like this back in the day.
Is that true?
Pennies used to be EYS. Now it's just YS or something like that. Like they're like the thing they
I don't
were
like
saying.
that.
The thing they were saying was there's some autocorrect errors in the recreation. How funny. Basically, I read through the whole thing, and that was like what they were saying. They were like, listen, everybody knows that this is how it was in 2011, 2012, and then 2013 it became this. And it's just like, that is a hilarious theory that I respect a lot because whoever did it was on so much,
Oh my god!
so many vitamins.
If you're basing the world ending on like companies like Skechers, I mean, you're like the biggest buffoon on the face of the earth.
Well, can you think of if it is true? Can you think of the people who had to recreate this Earth and they're like, "Fuck." Can anyone remember how we spelled Skechers? Well, there can't be a T, obviously. Well, okay, I'm glad you knew about it, Pat.
Yeah, dude, I saw it. No, all these things get sent to me. Like,
Yeah, yeah.
anytime anything happens, it gets sent to me. And I have to really... Here we go. Nick Hinton with 2 N's tweeted this out. It was a thread, got 34,000 retweets.
There's one N in 2011.
See? His name has 1 N. His social media handle has 2 N's. It's like a digs thing. I've wanted to talk about this subject for a while now. The other day I had a random urge to look into it again and read some old stuff. You know, just for fun.
Yeah.
Ever since then, I've noticed other people talking about it again. But the strangest part is, I cannot find anything online about it anymore. Like I said, you can find people talking about it casually or joking about it, but I cannot find any of the in-depth material I had read before. This has actually been really frustrating for me because I have nothing to refresh my memory while writing this. He's 6 tweets deep at this point. I mean, you kind of a late time to tell us that you don't know. I found a few things here and there that are helping me piece the puzzle together again, but I know there used to be so much more out there. I can't even remember for the first time I've heard this theory, but it's become somewhat of a meme. I did find a video of Max Laughlin.
Okay.
Laughlin. Laughlin. There's no L. Laughan. That child genius from YouTube touch on this theory, but I don't think he's the first to talk about it. I think originally it was some girl. So did the world actually end in 2012? Tweet 7 in the thread. Well, it was the year scientists at CERN finally found the Higgs boson.
The CERN collider.
The God particle.
The particle Stephen Hawking predicted could destroy the universe, or in his own words, cause the universe to undergo a catastrophic vacuum delay or decay. Well, what would happen if we destroyed the universe? Would we know? Maybe CERN accidentally created a black hole that sucked us in without us even noticing, and we've just been living in it. Some physicists actually believe this is possible. And there's a headline from National Geographic. Are we living in a black hole?
We'll never know.
There's the old cliche argument that nothing has felt right since 2012. I agree with this. Maybe it has something to do with growing up and getting older, but ever since then, it seems like the world descends more and more into chaos each day. We're getting deep. Wow. Time even feels faster. Wow. There's some sort of calamity happening almost daily. Mass shootings only stay in the headlines for like 12 hours. Did we all die and go to hell? I don't really believe that, but some people do. Maybe we're in a similar situation to the characters in The Good Place, and then there's the picture of The Good Place, which is a TV show.
Heard it's not bad.
It's not bad. I don't know. I haven't seen it for like 3 years. Not
It's a
bad.
guy with white hair.
Ted Danson.
There it is.
He's funny. And what's the lady in there?
Kristen Bell, I think. Is
Yeah,
in it
it's a
too.
funny concept. Sam and I watched it.
Well, it's purgatory, right? They're in purgatory or
Yeah,
something?
but it's nicer than purgatory. It's like a heaven.
Gotta
It's a
earn
good
your way
place.
out.
Okay.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
a good
Makes
place.
sense. Makes sense.
Like I've said before, I think we live in a series of simulations. I did not know he said that before, by the way. This is the first time he said that. Perhaps the universe was destroyed by CERN. You didn't say that before yet. I mean, we just literally just heard that for the first time. Perhaps the universe was destroyed by CERN and our collective consciousness was moved into a parallel universe next door. It would be almost identical. And then there's just a picture of if you walk through a double-sided mirror thing.
Of course.
And you know how there's all these reflections? But that with planet Earth.
Multiverse.
Spider-Man.
I'm sure this has been talked about before by people.
Yeah.
I don't know. I've never.
They
heard
have
of
Not the,
hypothesize and
not the
theorize.
2012 thing, but the multiverse.
This
Yeah.
does kind of make like
Parallel
makes
realities
sense.
almost.
Here we go. Ready? In fact, there are people out there who are reporting small differences in this reality and the one they remember before 2012. This is a phenomenon often referred to as Mandela Effect because below is one of the most famous Mandela effects. The pre-2012, it was Berenstain Bears.
Okay.
Berenstein Bears. I don't know if that's right.
That was originally the.
And now it's the Berenstain Bears. Berenstein. I don't know, though. I remember the Berenstain Bears.
That's all I remember.
Yeah,
That's what I remember.
That's the
But
first one he let off with, too. That must-
Mandela Effect stuff is trippy.
What is that?
It's like what you just described there, where you think it's something your whole life, and then you go look back at it, and it's actually something different. There's a couple examples.
Like
of
Goku
Some people
being in
remember-
Pokemon.
Oh, I didn't know that. Some people remember Febreze rather than Febreze with one E, Febreze with two E's. Some people remember Skechers with a T instead of a C. Looney Tunes instead of Looney Tunes with a U. J.C. Penney instead of J.C. Penney with an EY. The list goes on. If these don't look or feel right to you, you're not alone.
Oh,
JC
I
Penney
get
is
it.
weird to me, and so was there was the one too before that.
Looney Tunes?
Nope, one more before
Febreze?
that. Yeah.
Because there's such an incredible amount of people that do remember it being slightly different, it's like, well, maybe it was. Maybe that was reality. And this parallel universe, things have shifted a little bit.
Like, here's an example of it. Everyone thinks Monopoly Man had a monocle.
Right.
He doesn't.
What?
What do you mean?
You Google Monopoly
That's
Man.
the Planner's Peanut guy.
oh yeah.
Yeah,
that's
exactly. So people assume the Monopoly guy because they're a similar
Hat.
type hat, facial feature, blah blah blah. They throw the monocle on. He never had a monocle.
I saw
And I
that
think he hit a monocle on in Ace Ventura.
Yeah, you're right. The Monopoly guy. Do not pass go. Yeah.
Yeah.
See, I don't know. I think a lot of things do just fucking rebrand too. You know, like that shit happens sometimes.
Hold on. We're getting into it now. The name comes from Nelson Mandela, whom many people believe to have died in prison in the 80s. However, to many people's surprise, his funeral was national news in 2013, and he had lived a long and happy life. Mandela effects get much creepier, though. Some people remember the Statue of Liberty being in a totally different location, that location being Ellis Island. It's actually on Liberty Island. Here's a painting clearly depicting the statue at Ellis Island with no other islands nearby. Was the artist just not paying attention? Did he just like it better this way? LOL, I really don't think so. Now, if that's not strange enough, if you go on Google Maps Street View, there's a few specific areas of Liberty Island where the Statue of Liberty is just gone. Residue from the previous timeline, question mark? The account, and then he has two pictures that literally just have the Statue of Liberty gone from the base up. But this could all be. The account uploading these strange pictures goes by the username Auguste Bartholdi. That's the designer of Lady Liberty herself. The account also sports his picture from the 1800s. He's Google approved. Check mark on there.
I didn't know that was a thing.
Me neither. I think this is all a lie. Apparently, right before the United States entry into World War I, the Germans committed the first act of terrorism on U.S. soil. It was considered one of the largest artificial non-nuclear explosions to have ever occurred. I'm wondering why I didn't hear about this in school.
I didn't hear about it.
I didn't hear about it.
Where at? Does it say?
It's in the Jersey Journal. Big munitions explosion at Black Tom. 50 believed dead, 21 hurt in City Hospital. Damage 75, and that looks like $1 million.
Isn't that the one we dropped on ourselves? We dropped one on ourselves, I think, on accident.
I think that's what they're saying. This was a spin
Now they're
here.
saying the real thing that happened was the German thing. Jesus. I don't know.
But who knows if that's true?
I know.
This
That's
all
what
one of
I'm
those
saying.
things you
Yeah,
can never
I
prove or
don't
disprove.
fuck. Yeah.
Anyways, this guy has a bunch just of stuff that he just.
It's all. It's,
Jay
it's,
Sean
it's,
called
it's
it.
probably all bullshit, but it's interesting.
Yeah, it's interesting stuff to look at, but I mean, it's also very possible this guy didn't know fucking shit from apple
Shane
butter.
Morris.
Yeah, exactly, exactly.
Is that guy
But they
still
do
alive?
an incredible amount of research just to get the
For sure.
theory out there.
For sure.
That's why it's unbelievable. It's like a life's work.
Yeah, it is. Or a weekend, like a really high weekend work.
You are a huge nerd.
You're not a huge nerd if you wear movement sunglasses. You shouldn't have to choose between overpriced designer sunglasses and cheap shades.
Nope.
That won't last you this summer. That's why will never wear anything other than MVMT, pronounced movement sunglasses. You've heard us talk about movement disrupting the watch industry. Well, now they're doing it again with sunglasses. The Los Angeles-based accessories brands has hundreds of premium, affordable sunglasses styles to choose from. So whether you're into more timeless shapes like classic round sunnies or something that makes a statement like fun 90s skinny frames, they've got them all. Constructed with durable acetate and lightweight materials for that perfect, reliable fit, you don't have to choose between style and function. You get both. And with their free shipping and return policies, you can try on as many styles as you want right from your home. Pick a style or design that you personally like and would wear and chat about. If you need more details, just let us know. My favorite are the all-black Revelers.
Oh, I love those.
They're the perfect combo of classic and sharp. I can pair them with anything. All of their styles come with polarized lens options, so you never have to worry about that harsh summer light. Movement sunglasses start at $60 and no pair prices over $95. So you're guaranteed to find a style you love with quality that doesn't break the bank. They've sold over 2.5 million products across more than 160 countries, and their collections are always expanding. Get 15% off today with free shipping and free returns by going to mvmt.com/heartland. See why movement keeps growing. Check out their expanding collection. Go to mvmt.com/heartland. Join the movement.
You guys all remember the movie Shazam when we were younger with Sinbad as the genie?
Yeah.
Shaq.
It was
Oh, no, yeah, Shaq.
Exactly. It was Shaq and Kazam. But everyone thinks there was a movie called Shazam with Sinbad as the lead role, and it never existed.
1000% agree with that one.
You know what Sinbad was in? He was that security guard for the
Fucking
First
Kid.
First Kid.
Incredible film.
incredible,
Sinbad had a run.
incredible film.
Yeah.
What's he up to now? Is he still alive?
Comedian. He does a
Yeah.
Yeah.
special.
He still tours.
Who was the dude in Blank Check? The
Yeah, Preston
Macintosh?
Waters.
The kid?
Yeah, it's not the same kid, but they look very similar.
Did you just say Macintosh?
Yeah, Mr. McIntosh,
Yeah.
fucking villain.
Mr.
Yeah.
McIntosh. The
But the kid, Preston Waters. Yeah.
what's he do?
Actually, I think I read this like somewhat recently.
Oh, no.
Yeah, his after that.
I don't want to hear it.
He's not dead or anything, but he child actors, man, they started taking drugs, kind of,
Jesus.
took
Go off
a
the
note. Yeah,
rails.
it's too bad.
Nothing bad.
Too
or
bad.
anything.
No, yeah. I
He
mean,
did have an office with a slidey
Yeah.
yep, into the pool.
pretty awesome.
and the pool in the back. And
Yep.
by the way, $1 million. I don't think so.
No.
I don't think so is what you're doing. I think that set me on a wrong path, by the way. Just need $1 million.
All you need is $1 million.
All you need is $1 million. That ain't making you. That ain't doing what everything they did. You're not getting a limo going around with ice cream with fucking big bumper cars.
If it's a fucking
Yeah.
blank check, why don't you just be like, fuck it, I'll just add another zero to it.
He's like 4 years old in the movie. I mean, what do you want from the
Pigs
guy?
and hogs.
What year was that though? You guys didn't adjust for inflation. As
That's
you grew
true.
Up.
That's true.
we still
What movie? What year was it set in? Do you know?
90
99.
something.
Nah, it's probably like 95 or
Well,
96.
back then, Mike Tyson ran through 100 million.
Yeah,
True.
Yeah.
He can run through money.
True.
I think, you know what I mean?
that's true. Especially if you're fucking, like you said, eating ice cream, in limos all
Limos
day.
all day. Yeah. Jesus, couldn't even imagine the fines that he's facing. Bro, all the fines. The government would shut him down so fast.
It's unbelievable.
He's like Dan Bilzerian. I feel like Dan What's his name?
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's it.
Preston who?
Oh, Preston Waters.
Good for him, man. I bet you liked that movie growing up. I bet you Dan Bilzerian was a blank check
Yes,
fan.
for sure.
Makes a lot of sense.
How about the opening scene, too? It's like a robbery movie. Mm-hmm. I remember being like a little kid watching it, like, oh, it's good. It's like a stealthy movie. And then, no, it wasn't at all.
It's like Iron Man.
Yeah.
Tricked you.
Got me.
Grabs a hold of you.
Sucked you in.
Well, I
And
left.
you're like, oh, what's good?
Which I should have watched it, by the way, because everybody on the internet says, like, everything excludes Iron Man. He's the guy, huh?
Yeah.
Iron Man is the one.
Yeah, I mean, that single-handedly, redefined Robert Downey Jr.'s career.
Yeah.
They're talking about him getting nominated for an Oscar for Best Actor for, almost just like a tip of the hat to how good Iron Man was and like how big of a deal it was.
Oh, so it's going to be impossible to find the next Iron Man. Actually, I didn't think Spider-Man had a shot after the Upside Down Kid. I didn't think it had a shot, and this kid now, he's got it.
Much better than Toby.
When Robert Downey Jr. was a little
my
kid, his
opinion.
dad used to make him smoke weed like when he was really young because his dad was just like this hippie, crazy dude. And he ended up with all these drug problems or whatever after. But you would think, like, if you came up smoking that long, it would be the opposite because you'd be like,
Kind of like
I'm not
drinking,
going to freak out. I've been smoking weed
like
since I was
kids,
3.
like kids drinking at 12 in Europe.
Yeah. You would think. So I don't.
Yeah,
I
but
don't
he was addicted to like heroin and shit too.
Yeah,
wasn't
he went
I mean,
crazy.
that's-
He also
for a
had
long time.
access to millions of dollars, didn't he, at an early age?
Yeah.
What?
So,
'Cause
well, I mean, he was a young,
in movies
successful
earlier,
actor.
Yeah.
Really?
Yeah, and then he got into all kinds of drug problems. I'm assuming, coupled with the all times of money and freedom, that was probably the real damage.
There was some show that showed his house. They went inside his house one time with his wife. I don't know if it's his wife, girlfriend. That was an interesting house, man. It was like a super artsy, super HGTV. There was a lot of interesting things in there. And I was like, oh, this dude's a weird dude. And then you watch Iron Man, it's like, oh, this guy's like the most badass human on earth. It's an interesting thing.
those houses, like nothing's ever out of place.
Nothing.
No.
I mean, it's like, do you
Because they're
even
never
live
fucking
in there?
They're never
they don't
there.
do
They're
anything.
Never there.
Zito, is this Mr. McIntosh?
Yes.
What happened? That's him. That is him. Oh, my God. You could see his
Yeah,
face.
told you, man.
He's got neck tattoos as well. Butterfly. No, there's anything
Musician
wrong
now,
with that,
too.
by the way. No, there's anything wrong with that.
No.
It's hard to get a job unless you're creating your own job, which I respect a lot.
Get $1 million.
You can tell if he cleaned himself up, still be a good-looking kid.
$1 million. Yeah, he would, wouldn't he?
He'd have a future. Todd, what about Conan O'Brien's podcast?
Oh, yeah.
20 minutes ago.
I'm excited to hear
It
it.
was no big deal. It was on topic a while back. But
No, what was it?
he just he was talking about, he show didn't do well for a while, but they kept it on, and he didn't find out until years and years and years later that all his fans were really young. So everybody was shitting on it, the industry, because they were targeting it toward the wrong demo, targeting it toward the regular late night demo. But all the fans were like really young, like in middle school, high school. And then as they started to get old enough to become career-minded people in their early 20s, mid-20s, and started to be movers and shakers, all of a sudden Conan was a big deal. And it just kind of freaked him out. He's like, nobody was paying attention. He's like, I had no idea. All I knew was people hated my show, and nobody could believe that they kept renewing me every year. Basically. And now he's huge.
Is that why he does all the Comic-Con stuff?
Yeah, I mean, he's got that nerd side to him, but he just related to younger people because of what he was doing, But it just goes to show, it's like, how much do these fucking people know?
He's innovative on the internet too.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
He's very innovative on the internet. I watched a video where he had a 360 camera in his office. He brought in a 360 camera in his office, and I was just like, oh, this is such an interesting way to do something.
Yeah.
And then he traveled the world there. He had that whole thing where he's traveling
Yeah.
the world. I watched him in Cuba there for a bit. He's good.
Oh, yeah.
Good brain. He was a writer
I
for
love it.
SNL, right?
Yeah.
Yeah,
For
back
a
in
long
the day.
time. National Lampoon.
Yep.
I didn't know that. What was it? What's the country?
And Simpsons for a long time. He was talking about The Simpsons, writing for The Simpsons for so long. Like his kids watch it now and have no idea.
Yeah.
And a lot of those episodes, he was one of the top
no
writers.
way.
Can
Yeah.
you get us some Matt Groening?
Yeah, I think he knows him very well. I would assume. He
Yeah.
wrote for the show.
Yeah,
well.
Not as well as you, but
Well, I just want to
Yeah,
know.
but,
If that's just something that's normal,
Mm-hmm.
Like if in the writing meeting, creative meeting,
Right.
Matt Groening lists out like 4 things. He's like, all right, this is what the next episode has to have in it. And I wonder if anybody was like, well, why that? Oh, well, this happens in 2005. This happens in 2001. We're lucky geniuses. Okay, all right. Good luck out there, writers. Let's put together a show. Is that how it goes? I honestly wonder.
I assume it was. Or he just was like, don't worry about it.
Yeah.
Just wait and see.
Yeah, you'll get your writing credit. I'll
Yeah.
handle it.
You
Don't
build.
fucking
You
worry
write
about
the
it.
jokes. I'll come up with the premise.
Yeah.
Hey, honestly.
Don't worry about it.
Whoa.
That was the slowest.
that was
As soon as Todd said, don't worry about it, I saw
We
Zito's
all-
head go down,
Searching his
searching
buttons.
for it, and then he lifted his head up as if he found the button, and then he just sat on it. What happened?
I can't find pussy anywhere.
He does have like a billion buttons now.
Dude, I
He
know.
does. I don't know how he catalogs
we
them
sit here and
all.
we talk before the show, and he just records everything and just fucking sits back there, and you hear him go. You're like, oh fuck, Cito just got a new fucking.
Sometimes
soundbite.
he's so fast with it, though, it's like he's already heard what we said, which is a little scary.
Oh,
So maybe.
Maybe
I
that's-
think Steve Friday.
that's why he buys the night vision goggles and the swords.
Yep.
He does have this place bugged with cameras.
Yeah.
He would be. That is true, and his house too. He would be, if he was from the future though and able to travel like that, he'd be a much better gambler. I think. I'm not sure he's.
Definitely.
There's a rule. There's a rule. When you time
It's a
travel.
code.
Yeah.
You guys got a code?
Oh yeah. You
You
can't do
can't
it.
use your powers
gamble on
to
sports.
win money.
Didn't Michael J. Fox do it though? He
Yeah. Back to the Future, man.
That's like an NCAA violation.
No, he stopped it from happening.
Historically inaccurate.
Yeah. Well,
Biff.
right.
Biff
Yeah.
was
Mandela
Biff
Effect.
Tannen, yeah.
Oh, Biff, bad guy. Mm-hmm. Hey, those flyboards are near though. From that, I mean,
Oh yeah.
Oh,
Yeah.
Back to the Future had some stuff too.
Hey.
If they could fish that one out of the bottom of the ocean.
Well, how about the one that just fell because
Yeah.
he fucked the guy over? How about the little pizza?
Well,
that just blows
that's
up
his
on
story.
Back to the Future. Is that gonna happen?
Oh, that should happen.
If I can just take a pizza home in my pocket and then put the thing in the microwave.
that'd be
God,
nice.
that'd be
Awesome.
sweet.
Hey, can I get like a water, some beef jerky, and large pepperoni pizza, please? Yeah, I'll just put those in my pocket.
Just always have pizzas in your pocket at all times.
Think about how much food you have in your fridge.
Oh my God.
decades worth.
Oh,
Yeah, you could just have a tiny
the fridge would be tiny.
Yeah, it would just be like the size of a napkin holder.
I don't know. I like the size of my fridge now.
What about if the food
Yeah,
was
it's-
tinier, but it filled you up just the same?
Oh,
So you
that'd be
didn't have to
awesome.
grow it. You could just pop a couple mini pizzas in your mouth.
Would
and
be
go,
less
oh, I'm
ca-
full.
Not
I
as cool.
love eating a fucking slice, man.
I know.
Well, you still get the taste too.
I know, but it's not as
it's
cool.
a pill.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I want to watch it blow up
Okay.
and then eat it normal.
Food's
It's
the
way better.
best.
Your idea's
I'm
stupid.
hungry as shit.
It was a hypothetical. You know, it was a
Really,
toss out there. Let's see what it is. Let's play around with it, and then you just shit all over it.
I was trying to think like earlier today, like if there is anything that brings me more joy in life than tasty food. And I just don't think it's. I can't find
Eating
any.
is the best thing in the world. man.
Alcohol or food?
What do you mean? Like if I had to give up one,
Yeah, like what one makes you more happy?
food.
Really?
Yeah. I think me too. There's people that are born without taste. Like they can't differentiate
Really?
taste.
Poor bastards.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I had a high school
seriously.
teacher that was that way, and he was like, I just eat because I have to eat. He's like, I feel hunger, you know. He's like, I eat, but he's like, I really don't care what I'm eating. Sometimes it's texture. It's like sometimes one texture
That's
is
crazy.
more, pleasing than another
So
texture.
you could cook him like a New York strip and take a shit, and he like wouldn't know the difference between.
I don't think you would. I don't think you would.
I
It's
was
the
thinking like,
weirdest
oh, you could just eat salad every day and be super fit. You're thinking about feeding them shit.
I mean, that's wild.
thing. He would be an easy target.
No, fuck. See, alcohol is also great though too. Yeah.
Yeah, it's a close second.
It is. Alcohol gets me when I'm just like sitting around.
Correct.
Right.
You know what I mean?
Well, if I could give up the taste of alcohol and still drink it, I'd be all in for that.
I'm
Oh,
see,
where it just
I'm all
tastes
in on
like-
the taste of alcohol. I'm at the point in my
yeah,
life.
yeah, sure. But at the same time, like if you didn't have to taste it to get drunk, that'd be pretty cool too.
Yeah, but that weeds out
I don't know though,
the true professionals versus the amateurs.
Oh, I agree.
because I just happen to get drunk. I'm not really drinking it to get drunk. I really like.
Oh, well, you're doing it wrong.
The taste
Like,
of
what-
Yingling first. So when I'm sitting outside and it's warm out, I really like the taste of Yingling better than I do than like a Coke.
See, it's a double-edged sword because I do that too, but also, I'll make that a double, a stiff son of a bitch.
Yeah,
I love a Jack and
right.
Coke, but I'm going when I'm going.
I'm just
Yeah.
saying, more so than food, alcohol would be the one that you would rather not taste, right?
Yeah,
sure,
for sure.
yeah.
There it is.
Yeah.
But
I would agree with that.
I would rather have the effects of alcohol versus the effects of food.
yeah.
Fair point.
Yes, clearly.
What if you get drunk by eating,
I'd be fat as fuck.
dude? Like if pizza had a high alcohol content.
You eating
You
fucking
just
rum
got
cakes?
wasted eating it. Have you ever? All right, so Marnie and her mom would do these things with gummy bears where they
Oh,
suck
yeah.
in
Oh,
the
yeah.
vodka,
Yeah.
right?
Do you ever?
They fuck. Why do they fuck you up way more
'Cause
than
you-
just drinking vodka?
Because you eat like 10,000
Yeah,
of them.
and
They're
you
just so easy to.
you don't realize how much you're putting in your body. You ever reached into a bag on a warm tailgate day of gummy worms or gummy bears that have been soaked in vodka?
Oh,
Have you ever?
no.
What does it feel like, Doug?
Got a very distinct feel. Got a very distinct Joey K. Fingers feel to it.
Todd, I'm surprised you haven't had like a whole watermelon soaked in vodka.
I have. I
Yeah.
have. That's a good time.
Well,
I
just
mean,
like
I've
Jello
not eaten
shots.
the whole watermelon, but I've eaten from a watermelon. That's,
You're lying.
It's just like Jello shots. Like you rip like 6 Jello shots, and then you're like, "Holy fuck! Why am I so drunk?" It's
That's another thing too. But sorry, so like, do the gummy bears like soak up
yes.
way more vodka than you think? So like 3 shots per little gummy bear.
I think so.
I don't know, to be honest, but I know that you can. It's definitely gets you fucked up.
We have this.
Halloween, we did those gummy worms, and they've almost ruined
Yeah.
the entire
Really?
food.
Strong too.
Yeah.
We infused tequila with pineapple, just like a whole pineapple, chopped it up. She put it in there for like a week and a half. Took it to that camp with us. That shit was delicious.
Oh, I bet.
And they got you fucked up.
I had a buddy at a tailgate one time use a syringe to inject it into a hot dog. That was a wild move. I don't think it did a goddamn thing, but it got attention. What is he doing?
Fucking
So that's-
turkey baster.
What the
Tequila,
fuck?
hot dog, no big deal. He worked in a hospital, so he would just go into the supply closet, and just take whatever he wanted. And,
Fucking tequila
he was
dogs,
putting on a show
baby.
that day.
In the hot dogs.
Yeah.
Instead of like a strawberry or something. There's no way that tasted.
I don't think we were
remotely-
bringing big fresh fruit to the tailgate.
For a
guys.
for a second there, Todd, I mixed it up, and I instead of thinking you were putting vodka or whatever in the strawberry, I thought you were putting strawberry in hot dogs. And I was like, what the fuck?
It's a strawberry hot dog. Yeah.
It's healthy.
Good tailgate's awesome, but I don't know about the vodka hot dog. But people do get real creative there.
Oh yeah,
Like with their shit. Mm-hmm.
and it's like it becomes their thing.
yeah.
Like, is Barbara bringing the fucking?
Like I, for a while, had a phase where I was the ice luge guy. I would always bring the ice luge.
Nice. In the parking lot.
Yeah,
Yeah.
of course.
Really?
What do you mean, really?
That seems like a lot of work.
It is a lot of work,
No,
but
he
melts?
it was my responsibility. I took it very, very seriously.
Never had
He
one
had
of
a
those
nice
at
one that
tailgate.
like you just filled it up and you put it in his freezer and it
Yeah,
just
you can get
set it and go.
one-time molds or multi-use molds. You know, the one-time molds, you get the big pair of tits or a giant cock.
Yep.
Classic.
There was when I went to a Notre Dame tailgate. There was a group there that yelled at us to come over, and they had some kind of hard cider. It was hot. It was freezing, and it was like misty rain and shit. and this cider was so fucking good, but it was very hard. I mean, it had a lot of bite to it, but man, we got so fucked up after 2 glasses of that. It basically, I guess, probably moonshine.
It's probably apple pie moonshine.
Yeah.
Or fucking Everclear.
Oh, yeah, I didn't even think about that.
Yeah, they used to do that big Iowa tailgate thing. You just drinks with fucking Everclear in it and black out by the fucking 6 minutes left in the first quarter.
All the worst party fights happened where we had crick water. And crick water was like a kind of a fruity Everclear just in a big trough thing, and you just dip your cup in it. And every time I'm like, yeah, there's going to be a gigantic fight. You just know every time.
Yep.
Hey, I got I want to know if you guys want it.
Yeah.
All right.
Fire it off.
All right. I want to know if you could turn any movie into a TV show, which one would you choose? Has to be one that hasn't been made into a TV show.
Okay.
Are we? Do we have stipulations here now? Is it like multiple seasons, or is
That's
it
how
like
I
a
went.
10 episodes, or?
In today's world, I'm gonna say it could be a one-off Netflix 6-episode thing if you want it.
Okay.
So
Either way, no limitations on how long the series will last, but it is serial, so yeah.
I went. So I wanted to do. I thought like originally like what are my favorite movies? So I was like Inglourious Basterds, but I was like, no, I don't know if that's enough legs to carry as a TV show.
Right.
And I thought it was like crime always does well, stuff like that. So I thought Sicario would be a cool TV show if HBO got a hold of it and they dealt with different cartels and stuff like that.
Definitely.
I thought Sicario would be
I like
cool
that a
as a
lot.
That's
TV
good
show.
selection.
That would be a really good one. Anyone? Do you just have one?
Yeah, I had another one, but I don't want to take it in case.
All right. Just pop it around when it comes around afterward. Well, I'll give one, and then you can give your others if you got it. All right, Nick.
I only got one. I went with The Big Lebowski, but more specifically, I want it to be more of a spin-off and focus on Walter Sobchak, John Goodman's
that's great.
character. And I want a whole series about him and his life.
Holy
Is
shit!
it a
That'd be
sitcom or is
so
it a
good?
I think it's more like a dark comedy.
Black comedy.
Yes.
like
Yeah.
Fargo?
Yeah. Oh yeah.
Oh,
Okay.
You have
In
some
that
fucking
vein.
non-flashbacks in
Oh,
it.
please. Bowling every week. Let's go.
That's a good one.
see,
I went with blank check.
okay.
You're a fucking liar,
He
dude.
gets a new check every episode till the checkbook's gone.
Yeah, I think it
so
would
it's
play.
empty.
I think
Clearly-
Netflix actually
clearly-
just called me.
Didn't plan, and then we talked about blank check.
Yeah. So he's like, I'll go use that one. All right, I respect it. Foxy.
All right, hear me out. I didn't prep for this, but this is the first thing that came to my head.
Okay.
All right, we got wedding crashers, but
Okay.
in real life. And so people that are getting married, they send an application in and say, hey, I would like to be a part of the show. Somehow you get secret cameras everywhere, and then you follow the 2 wedding crashers into a wedding that people don't know, and then it's a whole
That's
TV
a
show.
fucking
I like it.
winner.
I like
pretty good.
it.
That would be a great.
Pretty good.
Yeah.
I don't know how
great
you
show.
do it. I don't know if it's even possible. But
No, it is.
If
Oh,
you
yeah,
think
I
it
think
would
it for
be.
sure do
We'll
that.
make it work.
Because all you would need is to elicit the help of 1 or 2 inside people connected
Yeah,
to the wedding.
hidden cameras everywhere. I think they can do
Well,
that.
you don't need hidden cameras, right? Because everyone's filming
That too.
already. The
But
We're gonna
wedding's
have a
being
wedding
filmed.
videographer.
But just in case.
Yeah.
Well, the videographer would be like a hidden camera. Yeah.
right.
There you go.
Yeah.
I love it, though. That show would fucking crush.
Yeah,
That'd be
it
fun.
would.
All right, Ty.
Goodfellas, I think, is set up perfectly for it. The first season could be like the Lufthansa heist, and then like the aftermath of that. Then you could do like the Pittsburgh connection and Ray Liotta, like doing the drugs and everything. And then just, I mean, it'd be like a good 3-season run, I think.
Oh, yeah.
Perfect.
But yeah, I think it plays in very well.
I like that a lot. I went Crime 2 as my favorite one. The Departed, but it's a spin-off into Jack Nicholson's character, and it's his rise to power.
Oh, that's awesome.
Because I've been dying for
Fucking
a good
need it right now.
Irish mob TV series. I can't remember one. A lot of movies, but I don't remember a TV series where it was an Irish mob.
Correct.
So I think that'd be really good. All right, so anybody got extras?
I was gonna go with American Gangster.
Yeah. Be a good one.
Crime is the easiest. Crime,
Yeah.
mobs, fucking.
That's why, like comedy, you can't really. There's no
No,
way you can
no.
stretch a 90-minute comedy into like a full season.
Not
No.
really. And I don't think any of those would make it.
No.
I went with sci-fi does work, I think, sometimes. So I went with Bright.
I mean,
Not to just shit on you for Will Smith, but it's one of those movies where and Avatar was my other one. So you could make those into TV shows real easy because it's limitless. The ideas are limitless.
So Will's not in it. You just want the world that it's based in. I get it.
Well, he's not going to be in a TV show. So.
Exactly, I know. It's too big time for him.
Yeah, we're going to have to get Carlton.
I would like that.
He's available.
But any of those, because I think like you don't have any limitations on real world stuff, so it's never ending. If you want to go 20 seasons, you could.
Correct.
Yeah. And
Well, that's the move. Everyone now just creates a universe, and so they can do movies,
show can run
TVs, anything.
I think all those would be great TV shows. All right. We asked you guys to send in listener questions. You did a great job last time.
Semi-pro.
Oh, fuck. Dude, we said a comedy wouldn't work, but that one would work.
I think it would work.
Because at least through one good season.
Yeah,
because
for sure.
you just go through one season with the team.
It'd be like Last Chance U.
Oh, Jesus. You know, I would rather see it as like a scripted reality show, too.
Oh, yeah. With
Instead of like a sitcom.
like Modern Family or
Yes.
The Office.
Oh yeah,
Yes.
because you could dive into all those characters on the
Yeah.
team and their stories.
Pepper Brooks, or not Pepper Brooks, Dick. No.
Dick Pepper.
Trickle?
Dick
Dick
Pepper.
Pepper. There it is.
And if you kept that entire cast, they would all be so good at ad-libbing. So it could be loosely scripted.
Woody
Like, all right, this is the
Harrelson.
scene. Just do what you want to do. Oh, fuck.
Yeah, I think so.
that's
I
a
think they
fucking
could do
winner.
it too. By the way, they all seem to be open. Even Andre 3000, I think, could even jump in there if he wanted to.
Oh, yeah.
Will Ferrell could make an HBO show anytime he wanted to,
Yes.
too. So
If you really wanted to.
Yeah.
He does a lot of Ron Burgundy stuff, right? Podcasts.
Yeah, apparently.
Just bring back Jackie Moon, bro.
Please.
Do it. It'd be
Please.
cool. I'd like to see the Flint Tropics really succeed one time. Continue their run.
Have you listened to the Ron Burgundy podcast?
Hold on. All right. What's next? Todd, are you going to go on IMDb?
I'm going to give it another shot because, I listened for about 10 minutes and Marnie was with me. And I think I probably would appreciate it more without her just giving me a look like, really, are we going to keep listening to this? It's basically no format at all. It's literally as if he has a producer and he says he's going to have a guest, at least on this one, and it didn't get the guest. So they're just talking about the whole time why they didn't get the guest. And then there's this like side inner office conversation that goes on. And he never leaves the character of Ron Burgundy. Oh. So it's interesting. It's interesting. Don't know how long it can make it. But we'll see.
I don't think.
Yeah, I don't
think Will Ferrell tries to make stuff like Make It. I think he does it just for fun.
I
at this
think
point.
yes. I think he just does what he thinks is funny.
Oh, imagine another song from Jackie Moon too. If you don't like my music, you don't have to use it. Funkin' is a get the funk out of my face. Get the funk out of my face.
So I was watching Comedians in Cars Getting Coffee, and it was Jerry, and I think it was Seth Rogen's episode where they were talking about Will Ferrell. He said Will Ferrell's one of the biggest regrets in his life was that he didn't run up to the award ceremony where Prince won an award but wasn't there to accept. And Will said
They thought he was there.
They
though.
thought he was there. They thought he was going to come up and give a speech, but he wasn't. He never showed up. And Will thought in the moment, I should run up there right now and accept this award on Prince's behalf and be as straight about it as I possibly can. They said, and that's the biggest regret was that he didn't go up and do it.
And at the end of the show, they show the award show where they announce Prince, and they actually scan to Will Ferrell's face. And you can see him actually thinking about doing it. Like his face is just a very deadpan face. They zoom because they were on the two people that made the announcement of the award winner, and then they panned out to the crowd, and then they got a close up of Will Ferrell's face. And it actually you can see him thinking about it. It was I thought it was very well done.
It's awesome.
Yeah, it's a good show.
He is the funniest man in the world, I think.
Will Ferrell?
Yeah.
I don't know, Todd. You don't seem to be a big fan of him.
He's
lately.
you actually
It's because he's unafraid. He's unafraid. He'll just do whatever he wants to do, and if but you put him in a corner, funniest man on the planet.
I think so too. If he had to struggle right now, I think he'd be able to. Him and Adam Sandler should team up, man.
One of them is struggling right now.
Whoa.
Who's that?
shots across the bow.
Who's that?
Adam.
What are you talking about?
Adam.
What was the last one we watched that was really good?
Not Murder Mystery.
Yeah, so good.
Not
Murder Mystery.
good.
What are you talking about?
It wasn't good.
I thought he was back. I haven't seen it yet, though.
Watch it.
Good
so
what?
good.
You didn't think it was good what? Movie?
Anything.
Oh, my.
I mean, they wrote it on a Saturday, and I think they made it on a Sunday. But
Potentially.
I will say this: it was It was I watched it all the way through because Adam Sandler was so classic. Adam Sandler with just the things he says, like
So he is
secondary in the conversation, like kind of under his breath,
Yes.
were really fucking funny.
Just like the one where he's on Long Island. There was the one before this. It was I left it. I left the movie early. I turned it
One
off.
with Chris Rock.
Yeah. He's like a dad.
Yeah, their kids are getting married or something.
Yeah. It's literally they just
Grown-ups?
in that no.
Parenthood?
No, I don't know. Is that what it's called? I don't
I
know.
think it's grown-ups.
It's not grown-ups. I know it is not grown-ups. It is something where they're in Long Island and he's a dad to a bride or
Oh,
something.
with Chris Rock.
Yes.
Do-over?
It's,
12 Crazy Nights.
Is it with Chris Rock? I'll give him this.
I've watched it.
But it's literally that movie is just a set of scenes where they can just get in as many dry jokes as possible.
Yes.
And then it goes to a next scene and it's just as many shots they can take at something and then it's just scene. And I thought some of the one-liners were funny, but the movie, boy, it was bad.
What was the one with him and Andy Samberg?
Daddy's
That's my boy.
That's my
Yeah.
boy.
See, like I know that's a terrible movie, but I laughed at it.
I
enjoyed
like
it.
That's My Boy.
I did too.
Sandy, Heater.
Oh, so good.
Best movie, maybe a best.
He walks into the hotel and he's like, "Oh, what was his name?" And That's My Boy.
I can't remember.
Fuck, it's his name. And he goes.
I do remember the last two movies I turned off
If
were
so and so
Anchorman
asks,
2
if
and
so and so asks you
Sandy.
for a fake, I got it. I'll think of it.
You never saw Never Stop, Never Stopping or whatever. Pop-
No, I didn't.
The Pop
I
Star?
didn't see Popstar.
I walked out of that movie. I got up and left
In the theater.
That bad.
in the theater.
You see the tennis one? The
hard
longest game ever played? Have
No.
you seen that?
30
in that?
days in hell.
Yeah, 30 Days
Who's
in Hell.
that?
It's Adam
I'll watch
Sandler and I forget.
Kit
who the-
Harington.
Yeah. So
Oh, that's
Jon
it's
Snow.
scripted reality. It's supposed to look like a documentary, but it's really not. And it's a mockumentary. And to me, I thought it was hilarious. Probably 9 out of 10 people you ask would be like, "That was garbage," but I thought it was really.
Yeah,
good.
if Adam Sandler's there, I'm gonna watch it.
He's not.
He's not. It's just Adam.
Who is it?
His
Andy
co-star.
Samberg.
Yeah, Andy Samberg.
Andy Samberg.
Oh,
Yeah.
I'm not gonna watch it. People watch that Brooklyn Nine-Nine too. It's very, very popular. Wins a lot of awards.
Yeah.
I can't watch anything the guy's in after that pop star movie. I can't because
That bad.
he wrote it too. Like it was everything him, and I think that was like the worst thing he's probably ever put out, if I had to guess. But I honestly, I was like, how can this person put this out?
Yeah.
How can this person be like?
I actually liked the first 10 minutes of that.
Yes,
And then I was
good
like,
idea.
okay, you've exhausted it. You're just doing the
Exactly.
same thing for the rest of the movie.
I was like, man, I want to be
Yeah.
a fan of this guy because Lonely Island. I was a big fan of what they did there. Saturday Night Live didn't love what he did on Saturday Night Live, other than the Lonely Island stuff, right? Anything else not great. And then this Brooklyn Nine-Nine, everybody loves, and then I saw that goddamn fucking movie, and I was like, bro, I'm out on you, bro. You lost me. I actually spent $17 to come in. I was excited for this. I thought it was good, and I walked out. I'm a movie theater goer. I like going to the movie theater.
Yeah.
I enjoy it. I don't know why.
That's how it's
do
intended
too.
to be seen.
It takes a long time to piss, but now that they got the recliners,
It's
good.
getting there is the problem. Like I'm like,
Yeah. Once you're
I
there,
just
it's
really
great.
don't want to mess with everything that involves going there and waiting in line.
Yeah,
and
the
then
whole process sucks, but actually
once I'm in
seeing
there-
the movie on the big screen
Yeah,
is
I like
awesome.
it.
the big
yeah.
tub of popcorn.
Yeah, for
and a
sure.
Giant fucking gallon of Coke. Love
3
it.
hot dogs.
Might do a double
That's
feature
how
this
you do it.
weekend.
Double feat.
Yeah.
What are we going for?
Once Upon a Time in Hollywood.
Of course.
I've heard it's great.
Hobbs and Shaw.
Maybe flip those back and forth, you know. Maybe Hobbs and Shaw first.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Get the big payoff with Old Rock doing something insane. I think he does a 360 ollie on a street bike.
I thought he did it on a helicopter.
I know he yanks an Apache helicopter down with the fucking
Did you hear about Roman Reigns like actually throwing a prop at a camera guy? Hit him in the head. It just knocked him out.
Oh, man.
Hollywood.
Hollywood. Don't say it.
classic.
Dude, I feel like I've seen that movie 6 times. Yeah. But it's going to be
Yeah.
hard not to see it.
Yeah, you have to.
I'm gonna see
At
it.
one point, I was like, okay, I think they're promoting it too much. It was every commercial last Raw. Like the last Raw that was on TV, it was literally every commercial. Then there was a Rock highlight reel from WWE.
Did you know they go to Samoa in it?
Yeah, oh, yeah.
Go home.
They go home. And you had to get Roman Reigns involved because it's his family.
Obviously. Yep.
But
They push that hard.
It's actually Hawaii, though, right?
Yeah, I mean, they definitely didn't film it in Samoa. They probably
pretty
filmed
sure
it
it's
in Hawaii.
yeah, it's Hawaii.
Yeah.
Yeah. But anyways,
Well, Samoa and Hawaii, 2 different places.
the island of Samoa, where is that at?
Fucking
that,
in the
Pacific
Philippines.
Islands.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Is that
further
near, is
past
that,
Hawaii.
Is that near whatchamacallit? The
I think that's near New Zealand, isn't it?
Yeah.
where's Guam at? Guam.
Yeah,
over-
I was thinking
over-
it was down there with them.
I thought
it's
so
not.
too. I don't know.
It's over there too.
I got no fucking idea. To be honest.
It's where they filmed Moana.
See the line? I love Hawaii, brother. It's becoming my place.
It's really filmed.
But I feel like they've been promoting it for like literally a year.
Well, yeah,
at
this point, I think it's like the movie is like 2 hours and 20-something minutes. We've seen an hour and 40 of it. So
The Super Bowl was the first commercial.
yeah.
How much money have they spent on marketing? How much money do they have to make worldwide?
I don't
dude?
know, but they'll make it.
For sure.
That
No,
movie's
I
gonna
saw
make so
what
much money.
I don't remember what it was. I saw what it was tracking for. I think it was like 200 million internationally this
I
weekend.
mean,
Like, it's
Bangkok's
get-
going to cover it itself.
Yeah.
That's awesome for fucking Rock. Dwayne Johnson. Worldwide premiere. We don't do America no more.
He's just printing money.
Yeah.
Printing money.
But he deserves it. He's awesome.
I'm on your side here. I think he deserves it.
How many people can do what he does?
He does.
Not
And
many.
look like he does.
Yeah, no one.
I don't know how he does that.
Budget was 200 mil.
Yeah.
So they're going to make it back in the first weekend, they're thinking?
That's just
When-
the movie budget. The marketing budget is
that's
probably
probably like 200
3
mil.
times that.
You think they're going to make a $500 million with?
I think so.
Total, it'll make over $1 billion, I bet.
For sure.
Yeah,
Guaranteed.
the last Fast and Furious did, and there's like I think a couple of reviews have come out that said that like this might be the best one of the entire franchise.
So it's going to make a way over
It's
$1
going to
billion.
make a shitload
So
of
if
money.
you spend $600 million on advertising,
Yeah. No big deal.
that's no big
You
deal.
get, that's 3 weekends. Probably you get that back.
Good for them.
yeah, and I'm sure that they probably didn't spend that much, but I
No, but I'm
bet-
saying they
yeah,
could
could,
yeah,
yeah.
exactly.
and still make a shit ton of money off the movie.
And then they're going to ship it overseas. Probably triple that
Yeah,
figure.
well, and
No, that's where it started.
boom, it's
Oh,
gonna
they
get
did start there.
green lighted for a sequel the opening weekend. Like they're doing another one, so
Well, he made the movie, right? So he could greenlight himself. You know what? I like it. Let's do another one.
yeah. I mean, technically, yeah.
It's his production company. isn't it?
What do you think The Rock's trailer looks like on set?
Oh, that's probably awesome. Well, he's got the Iron Paradise or whatever.
Yeah, full gym in there.
Yeah, he's awesome. He's living, man.
Fucking
Yeah,
just.
he's living.
Actually, it might just be a bottle of tequila, and that's it.
Cookies and pancakes.
yeah.
The once a month relatable post. I eat these cookies, and I can't wait to do it. And then every other post is a selfie video, just explaining why he's more awesome than every other human. Bro, he's insane, man. Those pictures of him too. He is just yoked out
Yeah.
of his mind. And I don't think he's going to get smaller. I think he's only going to get bigger.
No, you don't get smaller after that.
No.
I don't think so. I think he's just going to keep going.
To be like
Dude,
Stallone.
he's- yeah.
Oh
Yeah.
no, I don't think so. The Rock's going to be probably a handsome dude forever. If I,
Well, no, I just mean muscle wise. Like you ain't getting smaller. You're just gonna keep growing.
he's an animal. Man.
Science, baby. It's incredible. Sylvester Stallone's 97 years old. He still bench press 340 pounds. It's fucking unbelievable. We asked for listener questions. We had some good ones last episode. We had a winner. We'll have a winner too. So whoever's question number 1 on here, you win a
Only have
Heartland
one
Radio
question,
shirt.
so.
Oh well, congratulations. You won. And I haven't seen this question either.
Oh, you haven't?
No.
Nick sent it to the group.
Yeah, I missed it. I just realized that. I saw the guy with the butterfly neck tattoo, though, you sent. The guys were pretty impressive.
Definitely didn't send that.
Yeah.
Check.
Yeah, pressing waters.
like it.
This is from Cody Marciano.
Wait, we got a theme song. Let's play
Oh,
the
my
theme
bad.
song.
I always forget.
We had an intro. I forget, too, sometimes.
Remember, there are no
not you.
stupid questions.
There's a guy who has
just
the
stupid
voice.
people.
Yeah, it's true.
He's a little slow.
He
today.
is slow.
No, I don't know. That one line is one of the quickest I've ever seen him. Perfectly timed drops.
You can't handle the truth.
All right.
All right. Diggs.
This is
Our
from,
only question.
question number 1, Todd. This is from Cody Marciano, Rocky's son.
Congratulations.
Hilarious.
My fan question for this week is: if you can get rid of one law, what would it be? And if you could make up a new law, what would it be?
Oh, jeez.
Jesus.
I'll start to give you guys some time since
Yeah.
Nick didn't text it right.
What happened? You didn't send it to anybody?
No, sent it to the entire group.
I don't think you did.
Ty, did you get it?
I do not remember seeing it. No.
Oh
Yeah.
boy.
Foxy, did you get it?
No, I wasn't ready for this one.
Wait, you sent it to Phil?
What do you mean? Did you? What do you mean? Did you get it? Look in your phone and see if it's there. It's
I
sent
did
to
look.
you.
Should we just answer it on Tuesday?
No, I'm just saying. What I'm saying is, I mean, I feel like this is something that I would definitely research.
I'm looking right now.
He
I
literally
don't
sent
see
it the
anything.
same exact time you sent the I want to know.
PMI.
I mean, it's there, boys.
All right, well, go fuck yourself.
Not a boy time. Foxy, what happened? You didn't see it either?
Yeah, I didn't see it, but I didn't see the other one either.
Me neither.
So
That's my issue.
Oh, well, it's just gross negligence then.
Excuse me? Excuse me?
whoa.
Take it easy. Easy. I'm excited for this one, though. I have a good answer.
The law I'm getting rid of, Kentucky has a no dueling law that I'd like to get rid of.
Bullshit.
Also, Indiana has a no happy hour law that I'd like to fucking get rid of.
That's a good one.
Yeah.
That's a good one.
And the law that I'm going to make to coincide with no happy hour law, you can never charge more than $6 for an alcoholic beverage.
Ooh,
Okay.
I like it.
I like that.
They're absurd. Quit charging fucking $11 for an old fashioned. I could go buy an $11 bottle and make 17 of them if I really wanted to.
It's true. Hey, let them hear it, bro.
Preach, man. Take a stand.
$6, I feel like is enough for them to make good business and
Look
enough
at you.
for me to be happy too.
Look at you. You're trying to be nice.
I want everyone to be happy.
Come on.
I didn't say $4.
You're gouging me here.
Fucking sick of being price gouged. Sick of it. That's what I got.
Okay.
I would eliminate any and all open container laws.
Smart.
Nice.
I know we don't have one here in the city of Indianapolis, and I enjoy it greatly.
Shout out Super Bowl.
But New Orleans doesn't have one. Vegas doesn't have one. Great spots, good times. Just, harmless fun. No one ever gets hurt. Mm-hmm. No one ever gets a glass bottle broken over their skull.
Seriously.
And I would institute that all cable boxes / streaming devices are required by law to have the time displayed on them.
Genius.
So I know what time it is.
That's excellent.
That's excellent.
All right.
Yeah, they don't do that now.
It's frustrating. Got very used to. It is.
They don't do it.
No, I got new
didn't
cable
use them.
boxes. They don't have the time on them.
Why are they doing that?
I don't know. That's why I'm so upset about it. There was no explanation.
Fucking
Jet lagged.
greedy corporate fat cats. Just
See, the
Oh,
problem,
we got to put one less LCD pin on it. Let's go.
and where it gets me is because when I'm awake and watching TV, I have my phone there, so I know what fucking time it is. Okay. When it gets me is when I wake up in the middle of the night and I don't have anywhere to look to see what fucking time it is. Because if I pick up this fucking phone, I'm gonna be on it for a good 20 minutes, no matter what time of night it is.
True.
So if I have an LCD clock in the room, helps my sleep
It's
life.
just nice to just glance across the room and see what time it is.
Yeah.
And don't tell me to buy a fucking clock. I'm not doing it.
I'm
Get a
trying
VCR.
I'm trying my best to stop VCR. Good call there. We don't need it now with the legacy box.
Oh, you're right. Yeah.
But the that's right. The phone at night thing is a real problem.
Oh yeah.
I fucking if it even turns on and I accidentally see something, like I never wanted any text or any notifications on my shit. I had it at 0 notifications. I just don't want to know. Like when I'm in there, let me know. If I have you off, I don't want to know shit. Then somehow Siri just turned on some notifications that you can't turn on. Like I get notifications of shit that I don't want notifications of. Like leave me the fuck alone. I don't care if there's a new podcast out that I put out. Like just because it lights up my phone, and if I
Yeah.
just so happen to be coming back from a piss and my phone lights up, I'm like, oh, what's going on? This is interesting. Is somebody dead? It's 4 a.m. Is somebody texting me like they're in jail, they need help, and I look at it, and it's like as soon as I look at it, I might as well just hey. You know what? Let's go to work now. Fucking hell. It's a nightmare. You're 100% right. They always say, like, if you want to sleep sounder,
Yes.
you got to turn the fucking phone
Yep.
off. It's hard, though.
I put it on the night mode or whatever at night where it's like an orangish screen.
I don't know how people do that because when you're sleeping above a casino, there's millions of dollars and you're sleeping right next to a device that can just tell you everything that's happening on planet Earth right now at this moment. It's like, how do I not open that up?
Everything.
I wonder if anything happened in the last 5 minutes. I got to get better at it. It's so stupid to think about. It's real, though.
I know, it's a
You're
real
100% right.
addiction.
I wish they would put the clock on the fucking thing.
Thank you. Thanks for standing with me.
I didn't know what it meant. My shit's so deep.
You'll find out. Someday they'll replace it, and you're
now.
just going to no
Yeah.
clocks.
My TV's
You're fucked.
impossible to watch. Remember, it used to freeze up on everything?
Oh, it's
Starting to
worse.
do it again. Starting to do it again.
need
Now I can't even change the channel. I change the channel, stop halfway like you're in an elevator stuck in between floors.
it might be time to just get rid of the satellite.
Yeah.
Can't have that during football season.
That's what I'm saying. That's what I'm
win with
saying.
No
You
way.
will
Won't
love
do it.
the reliability of cable. You'll quickly fall in love with.
Yeah, but DirecTV has Sunday Ticket.
I know.
That's well.
And
But you'll be down here.
you just need new boxes.
Most of the time,
you just need-
Sundays.
you just need new boxes and stuff.
Yeah, but it doesn't ever. I mean,
Stop.
the man's had the new boxes. He's got the new
New
boxes.
satellite, new boxes.
Oh, you did all get all that?
You remember the guy? They sent me 4 different texts. The one guy said, "Oh, you got leaves up there. We can get a stick." He basically told me. So Tim McAfee gets on a ladder and moves a tree. Then it gets worse somehow. So we call back. They send out another guy. He's like, "Oh, I think it may be facing the wrong direction. We'll move it." He gets up there, turns it. Comes back, nothing happens. Finally, like the 4th guy's like, "Oh yeah, your entire thing's waterlogged or whatever. We just need to get you a new satellite." I was like, "Oh, it would have been good about, maybe 4 championships ago." Because, the NCAA March Madness that happened, the NCAA football tournament happened, not Super Bowl, I was down at the office, but 4 straight games that just happened, just freeze on TV. And I'm like, it's a whole process. I fucking hate them. I hate the whole TV process. Well, they're going to take my house up for like 9 hours. I would like to get better internet. My internet is very poor. Okay, we'll come out there. It might take us like 48 hours. Oh my God, just live in my house with me. I'll give you a fucking bed.
You got to get the cable. They'll give you the better internet. Then you can stream all the games if you want to watch like Sunday ticket style.
That's awesome news. That's what I'm going to do.
It's true.
Yeah. Who's next?
I could go. I think I'd get rid of I Plead the Fifth. I never understood it.
Okay. Not really a law, more a constitutional right. But, yeah.
Perfect.
We can do away with it.
Absolutely fucking
Away with it.
perfect.
No
Wait, is that a law?
No, it's in the U.S. Constitution. It's
Literally the 5th Amendment.
yeah.
I thought that was like the original laws.
I mean,
Besides the church.
guess.
Kinda, I guess, yeah.
Just
I'll allow it.
I'll allow it.
Why do you want to get rid of it, Zeke?
I never understood it.
It's a right against self-incrimination, so you can plead the 5th so you don't incriminate yourself.
You are very much a guy who would benefit from it.
Like when Pat would ask you, like, "Hey, Zito, did you shower today?" You go, "I plead the 5th."
Yeah.
Means like
can say that?
I don't have to say anything legally. Well, we're not in a court, so no, you can't say anything. But in the court of law,
So, I could just use that to like end a sentence. I plead the 5th.
it could be an entire sentence. Actually, that's crazy.
Yeah. Some guys they don't put their the defense attorney won't put the guy on the stand. He's pleading the 5th. He's
You
his
learn
right
something new
to
every
not
day.
get up there and risk
Because they know how to
incriminating
incriminate
himself.
He's waiving his rights.
Yeah.
But he's guilty.
No.
He's just pleading the 5th.
If I say that, I'm guilty.
Nope.
No.
You've seen how many documentaries have you seen where they get fucked when they go on the stand?
Fucking
because
Brendan
it's turned
Dassey
around
should have
and
pleaded
they're
the 5th.
innocent. Yeah.
Yeah, exactly.
Plead the fifth.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Is that guy still in jail? The making a murderer guy?
Yep.
Oh yeah, the
Yeah.
rest of his life.
Both of them?
Yeah.
Yeah.
And you're telling me if you would have pled the 5th,
It would have been
good?
fine.
Yeah,
Brendan
because-
would have for sure.
He's got the IQ of a bumblebee, and they put him on the stand, and he fucking talked himself into getting life in prison.
Dude got arrested while he was in cuffs. He's like,
He was only in there for trespassing. He talked himself into murder.
shit.
Yeah,
that's
made him an
what I'm saying.
accessory to murder.
"Will I be able to watch WrestleMania tonight?"
Yeah, that's all he was concerned about.
Do you think they get WrestleMania in jail?
No.
No, his mom had to tape it for him.
Is that real?
Yeah.
Has 10 of them lined up.
I'll tape it for you.
I had to watch it on the
Hilarious.
cell phone in a parking lot because someone drove into the building.
That's about as bad.
Jesus Christ.
Don't ever cut that off.
How about you, Foxy?
I'll keep it simple. Let's just make weed legal first and foremost.
Yeah.
And then the one I want is old people. They need to take a driver's test at a certain point.
Okay.
Yep.
Let's just keep
All
that
in.
one
At the top.
Also, if we can make potholes illegal somehow, let's do that.
I like that.
Yeah.
Potholes illegal?
Yeah.
Like the government finds the
Yeah,
city.
somehow.
Yeah.
Every road in India is shut down currently, though. That is affecting my life. I almost missed my flight.
The worst.
That transit thing is a fucking nightmare.
I can't
Gross.
park on my
Red,
street.
red line?
Yeah.
Hold on,
Yeah.
there's red line. They're closing. You're not allowed to turn left in some places.
No.
And then they shut down 70 West
Yeah.
from the city to the airport. Just shut it down out of nowhere. I was just driving like, oh, I'm gonna get to the airport pretty quick. And then all of a sudden I know there's just a big fucking arrow that's like, nope, not today, bub. They just shut down the entire road. They're just shutting down roads everywhere.
Interstate.
That's a fucking
Yeah.
interstate. Just shut it down. Yep, got to shut it down. Sorry, bub. And then every once in a while there'll be like a little tiny sign on the side of the road. It's like, also this next road that's very important to your life, shut down for the next 45 days. It's like, what the fuck? Like, can a guy get a heads up?
What are they doing? Pleading the 5th.
There you go.
Ty, what laws are you gonna get rid of? What are you gonna keep? What are you gonna add?
Fuck it. Let's just lower the drinking age to 18. You know,
Might as well.
Why not? If you're gonna be an asswipe about it, then you're probably gonna get your comeuppance. So
You can vote.
What?
You can vote at 18. You can
That's
join the
true.
military at 18.
That's true.
Why can't you drink?
I agree.
I get
Smoke
it.
a cigarette at 18.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Because your generation kept wrecking into each other. They wouldn't let us do it. That's why.
Yep.
That could
What
be.
did you say? Comeuppance?
Yeah, comeuppance. Yep.
Of course you did.
Yeah, you bet.
What does that mean?
It just like what they're getting what they deserve, essentially.
Your comeuppance.
Yeah.
My grandpa used to say it, yeah.
One word.
Really?
That's awesome.
Yep, one word.
There's a SEC ref, or the head of officiating is the NCAA's Southern Draw guy, or it might have been the head of the SEC refs or whatever. And he said, he started explaining a game, and he said, excuse my language, it's a Southern thing, but the defense had all give out or something. It was an offensive game, right? So the defense had all give out or something like that, the way he said it. And I was like, oh, that's an incredible saying. He was speaking. I was like, that's an incredible saying. I thought he was going to say something terrible. Like
Yeah.
defense just, something all give out. And yours is comeuppance?
Yeah. I probably haven't actually said that in conversation and maybe ever. So that's
I like it.
I like
a lot.
it. I'm gonna start doing it. I just need to know what it means. When you have what's coming to you.
yeah, essentially.
Come get your comeuppance.
Yep.
Oh, you fucked up. Go.
Yes.
Come get
It's your
spanked.
penance.
Yep.
He dropped the ball earlier, and when he went to the sideline, there was a lot of comeuppance over there.
There you go.
That's pretty good.
He went over the sideline. He got his come up.
He got his comeuppance.
We had an old man in our neighborhood we used to call old man used to could. Because everything you'd say, you'd be like, you ever? He'd be like, yeah, used to could.
He used to could go down the store. Oh, what a bit.
That's incredible.
All right, so comeuppance, used to good.
All kinds of good ones.
Used to could, right?
Yeah, used to could.
Used to could, baby.
You gonna do that tomorrow? Oh, used to could.
Used to could hit the quarterback like that.
Pat, what are you gonna get rid of? And what are you gonna add?
So I'm gonna get rid of the fact that you can't swear on television.
Oh, love it.
Good.
So I'm gonna get rid of
Yeah,
that.
that's very good.
I don't think you should be able to be vulgar, right? Because there's
Right.
potential kids, but I think you should be able to say swear words.
Like in
Yes.
Europe, almost, right? They can swear.
yeah, there's
right?
nudes over there too.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Being like 14 years old in Europe. Like,
Yeah.
holy shit. I would assume America's going to get like this. So I would do
Yeah.
that.
Okay.
And if I'm adding a law, I like to add a law that a state trooper gets immediately fired if he hides behind a motherfucking bridge
Oh, that's a good one.
trying to catch people speeding.
That's a good one.
Because what he does is scare the shit out of an entire society to not go around bends at any speed. Because lurking in the shadows of that bend could be a state trooper that's going to try to get $87 from you. Just get the fuck on with it. Why do they do that? You do not go to the police academy to save the world to hide behind that bridge, sir.
You're causing crashes.
You are causing more problems. You never know, though, when they're going to catch a drug guy. Okay, I do know that they piss me the fuck off
right.
every
The
morning.
worst.
Sir, I clocked you going 6 over.
Great job. Great fucking
And?
aim, bro. My thing said 8. That's caught me late. They cause real problems here in Indiana.
They do. It's the worst.
They're reckless with where they park on these roads.
Dude, they hide literally right around the corner because we got tall,
Bushes.
Overpasses.
not bushes, not overpasses, the things in the middle of
Oh, the
Dividers.
concrete
We have,
Medians.
we have tall medians, very tall. So if there's any bit of a turn, the cop can definitely just post it right around the bend. And it's literally like right around the bend. You don't know what's coming. So everybody just slams on their brakes around every bend. And then, all right, we're back at it. Back to green flag racing. And then a bend comes in. Just because everybody's been so ingrained by the state police that around any corner could be at least $120 out of your pocket.
Yep.
Is that what you want for Christmas?
If I ever got superintendent of state police, it'd be my first mandate. It'd be like, you can't fucking hide your car anywhere. If it's
Come
not
on.
fucking driving, you're not working traffic.
That's what I'm saying. Like, if you come out behind me and I'm speeding and I don't slow down because I see you, hey, you got me, man. You know, hey, you got me.
Yeah.
But this whole hiding thing, like, come on. Do we not? Is there not a top 10 most wanted list here in Indiana? Like, can we not get to
Right.
work on them? Jared Fogel's just roaming around. Come on, man.
Love it.
That is such a selfish law.
No, it's perfect though.
It's every morning, man. I can't take it.
not that selfish.
Everyone would vote for that, though.
Yeah.
By the way,
I end on the train tracks here in Indiana. They love just stopping. They want to feel every bump of the train track. I'm like, yo, just go.
you're not a school bus. Fucking drive over them.
People will go like 3 miles an hour out of nowhere. We're
yeah.
just cruising 40 miles an hour and then 3 miles an hour and then right back to it. I'm like, is your car just going to give out? Used to could drive right over these.
I'm gonna get rid of. I don't know if this is actual law, but I'm gonna get rid of it anyway. The no beer at NCAA sporting events. Yeah. Fuck that.
more of a
That's
mandate.
The dumbest thing ever. So we're gonna get rid of that.
You know why? It's also bad. People leave at halftime to go drink it outside.
Yeah,
for
And
sure.
some of them don't come back in.
Correct.
Like in West Virginia, they used to be a little bit of a problem for us. We'd be up like 20 at halftime. Everybody's like, all right, we going out to drink there? And they go out to drink, and then by like mid-third quarter, they'd come moseying back in. Like, all right, if this is going to be a game or celebration, let's find out. And it's like you got a half-empty stadium for a quarter, basically.
Yes.
Because of that. Makes no sense. Schools are starting to do it, though.
Yeah, they're opening up.
I believe I read the other day that the NCAA has now left it up to the schools. Like the schools can
It's a good idea.
Nice.
can make
I
the
mean,
decision on
terrible
their
things
own.
are going to happen regardless.
Yeah.
Because you just get drunk beforehand.
Exactly.
So yeah.
Like that WVU parking lot, man. That place is. I don't know how people survive out there, man. They go to town. It's called the Blue Lot. I like got a chance to poke my head in there one time, and I was like, these motherfuckers are having a harder game day than me. These guys are up like 6 a.m. just hammering alcohol. I'm like, good for you guys. We appreciate it, but I could not do that.
The law I'm going to add is a federal law. No one under the age of 6 can fly in an airplane.
Ooh.
Boom. And if you don't like it as a parent, tough
Great
shit.
law. I would
Yeah.
like to up that to 10 if possible. But 6 is a good start.
Yeah, someone that can hold their bowels for fucking 2 hours. You know what I mean? So that's why I chose 6. But yeah, you got a baby, hey, you can't fly.
Fucking
Just know that. You
Kennel
gotta
it.
drive your
Just
ass
kennel
around.
it for the weekends.
Yeah.
Kennel. you know, my bladder's an active one.
Yes.
At this conference, I didn't get to eat much, there.
Yeah.
So I was just housing water to try to make me feel full. And I just assumed that the classes would break and I'd be able to go pee or not. I left the conference room more than anybody else. I had to get up in the middle of the whole thing, run out the back door, and then come back in. Run right past all the bosses. Like, I had to act like I was running. I was like, I'm doing to be quick. And then I would I would lose because I couldn't eat anything because I did photo shoot. I barely fit in a jacket. So then I would come back in. And I would just start maybe dozing off or getting bored. Not dozing off to sleep, but stop paying attention. And then I would just chug another water bottle. And as soon as I finish, I'm like, God damn it, I'm going to have to go pee. And it was just a constant cycle there for 16 hours. And I'd start doing it on the plane, and the flight attendants started making fun of me how much I had to pee. I need my bladder checked. I think I have an old man issue where I'm just...
It's just small.
It's a smaller bladder.
They're just small.
No, but they're long pisses. So it's not like I empty everything out. I feel like it's a long piss every time.
You drink a lot of fluid.
Too much, I think.
Yeah.
No, there's no such
Filling
thing.
it to the brim every time.
Hey, no such thing as too much.
And there's zero. I think there is actually.
Not with fluids.
What's it called? Hydro.
Oh yeah. That's. I mean,
That might be a fake.
that's extreme cases.
All right.
Well, if you're watching on YouTube, this is it for you. You can't listen to copyrighted music, and it's a Friday, so we'll see you guys later. It's time for Friday Bangers.